Letter codes, fine. First up, I didn't really get this set. It took me a while, but it's a wonderful set. A lot of fun solving this. Peacock is designated as the national bird of India. Is coded like this. And so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 2. So it matches word to word. This coding scheme has the following rules. The scheme is case insensitive. So there's no capital or small. If capital P is 5, small p is also 5. Maybe I shouldn't have selected P. Each letter has a unique code, which is a single digit from among 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So if A is equal to say 7, then A will always be 7. A cannot be 7 or 9. Right? There are 26 letters mapped to 9 digits. Right? Each letter is mapped to a unique digit. Right? The digit 9 codes 2 letters. Every other digit codes 3 letters. Oh, wonderful. 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way till 8. They code 3 letters each, accounting for 24 letters. 9 accounts for 2 letters plus 2, 26. The code for a word is constructed by arranging the digits corresponding to its letters in a non-decreasing sequence. Oh, wonderful. This is a very interesting criteria. So if you're told peacock is this, it doesn't mean that P is 5 and E is 6 and A is 8. It doesn't work like that. We write down all the numbers for peacock and then we arrange them in non-decreasing order, ascending order effectively, but with equal numbers put in together. So it is 5, 6, 8, 8, 9, 9, 9. Right, wonderful. And then we answer a bunch of questions following that. Right, so let's think about this. The best place to start is going to be the short letters, short words. Is, as, the, of. Is and as probably wonderful places to start because both of them have S. Is 3, 5. AS is 5, 6. S is common. S is equal to 5. Or 5 is equal to S. Both ways you can write this. 5 is coded as S or S is coded as 5. And 5 could be S and 2 more letters. S can only be 5. And S is 3, 5. S is 5. 3 is I or I is 3. A is 6. 6 corresponds to A. You can write it anywhere. 6 is A and 2 other letters. 3 is I and 2 other letters. Right? And then we go step by step, step by step. Fine. So first up, we've attacked is and as. With that, we get I, S, and A. Wonderful, wonderful. We've got I, S, and A. Right? Built from that, THE, the is also a good starting point. THE is 4, 5, 8 in some order. Right? Now think about this. We find a word which has either T and H or H and E or only T, only H, only E. We can go somewhere with that. Right? So think about whether we can tweak that in some form. Right? So off is OF, which is 7 and 9. National has an O in it. That could give us something. So work with that framework if you have not tried it so far. Off and national gives away a big deal. Off has an O, it is 7 and 9. National has 1, 3, 6, 6, 6, 6, 8, 9. This does not have a 7 in it. And so if O were 7, it should have been 7, or O goes with 9, F goes with 7. 7 is F and 9 is O. Brilliant. This is very useful. Likewise with the and designated, you can make an inference. So, right? These three we've done. Right? The and designated. THE is 4, 5, 8. Designated has a T and an E. It has a 5 and an 8, but it does not have a 4, or 4 is equal to H. Brilliant. So we've got 4 is H, 5 is S, 3 is I, 6 is A. T and E are 5 and 8. Fine. So T and E are 5 and 8. Is there any other word that has T and E? And we can figure out how we can simplify that. This has a T and 2 E's. Fine. It has only 1 8. but it has 2 5s. Right? Or we can say 8 is T and 5 is E. And so it has lots of 5s, but only one 8. It has 2 E's. If E were 8, it would have had to have 2 E's. So T is 8 and 5 is E. 5 is S also and E also. 8 goes with T. Right. O and F, we've already drawn the inference. 9 is O because there is no 7 in this number. 7 is F. Right. With THE, we had made the inference that 8 is T and E is 5. 5 is E. Brilliant. So we've computed this many different variants. I'm going to think about what else we can infer beyond whatever we've done so far. And step by step, we have BIRD going with 1 3 3 4. I is 3, that goes off. B, D and R 1 3 4. And so B, D and R 1 3 4. There is something between BIRD and common with designated. That could be D, but still have B and R going. So we'll have to probably hold that off for a second. Right? Let's see what else we can infer. Right? T and E we have done. Right? T is 8 and E is 5. That much we have inferred. 6 is 1 second. I'm just going to go back one step. Let's look at India. INDIA. We know I is 3. This is 1 3 3 6 6. I is 3 3. We have NDA to be 1 6 6. A is 6. That is gone. N and D are 1 and 6. Fine. National is 1 3 6 6 6 6 8 9. That's a 1 and a 6. That doesn't work. N and D are 1 and 6. BIRD is 1 3 3 4. There is a D sitting here in both of these. Only one is common, or D is 1, N is 6. 6 is A and N. 1 would be equal to D. Fine. So I is 3 and D is 1. So B and D are 3, 4. Sorry, B and R are 3, 4. Right? In some order, we'll have to still figure that out. Right? So far, so good. We've made inferences about H, S, E, T, D, O, I, A and N. Both are 6. F is 7. Right? Now it's probably time for us to. We've already made inferences about T and E because THE. T and E, there's no H here. H is 4. T and E are 5 and 8. With that, we've made a further inference based on, 1 second. T and E are 5 and 8. Designated has 2 E's, only 1 8. So T is 8 and E is 5. This is E, 8 is T. Now let's go word by word. Let's look at peacock. PEACOCK. We know O is 9. We know E is 5. A is 6. We don't know C, C, K and P. Right? So we have a 5, 6, 8, 8, 9, 9, 9 here. 1, 9 goes away. 5 and 6 go away. For EAO. PCCK are 8, 8, 9, 9. Right? Remember, 9 goes with only 2 letters. Right? So 9 has to be C. Wonderful. Why has 9 to be C? If 9 were 8, sorry, if C were 8, then K and P would have to be 9. 9 would then have 3 letters. That's not possible. 9 has only 2 letters. So 9 has to be C. So P and K are 8 and 8. 8 would be TPK. Brilliant. We've got peacock completely covered. PEACOCK is, we know, matches with this. Now let's think about designated. Let's go word by word. Designated. DESIGNATED. We know D is 1, E is 5, S is 5, I is 3, G we don't know, N is 6, A is 6, T is 8, E is 5, D is 1. If we reorder this, 1 1 3 5 5 5 6 6 dash 8, or G, the missing letter should be 7. 7 is G. We already have 7 for O, 7 is F, sorry, 7 for F and 7 for G. Right? Now we go to national, NATIONAL, N is 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, N is 6, A is 6. So 4 6s in a row in national. These 4 have been accounted for. I is 3, this 3 has been accounted for. O is 9, that means this 9 has been accounted for. T is 8, this has been accounted for. L has to be 1, or 1 is D and L. Brilliant. Bird, we know B and R have to be 3 and 4. Everything else we've covered. B and R should be 3 and 4 in some order, but we do not know which is which. They occur only once. There's no B, no R anywhere else in this whole sequence. So B and R are 3 and 4 in some order. And so 3 could be B and R could be 4, or the other way around, with a number of letters with no other clue to clarify this for us. Right. Wonderful. We've got this far. Now let's go to the questions. What best can be concluded about the code for L? L is 1. The last thing that, one of the last things we inferred, L is 1. Done. What best can be concluded for the letter B? B is either 3 or 4. Done. How many digits can the complete list of letters associated with that digit be identified? 9 is O and C. That is done. 8 is TCK. That is done. Fine. 1 is not done. 2 is far from done. 2 is not available. 3 is not done. 4 is not done. 5 is not done. 6 is not done. 7 is not done. So only 8 and 9, 2 letters. Choice 2. Which set of letters cannot be coded with the same digits? Fine. So S, U, V. S is 5. We cannot have S, U, V all being 5 because S and E are 5. S, E, U, V cannot all be 5 because there will be 4 letters. This is the answer choice. I want to think about whether these are possible. X, Y, Z. We've not allotted 2 to anything. X, Y, Z can all be 2. S, E, Z, that is possible. S and E are already 5. Z could also be 5. I, B, M. I is 3. B could be 3. M could be made to be 3. This is also possible. So these 3 are possible. The first one is not possible because S and E are already 5. We cannot have U and V also to be 5. There will become 4 letters for 5 and that doesn't work. I want to go to the next set. Let's attack this. 5 restaurants coded R1, R2, R3, R4 and R5 gave integer ratings to 5 gig workers. Ullas, Vasu, Vaman, Xavier and Yusuf. I really like this UVWXYZ. Sorry, UVWXY, not Z. 5 restaurants, 5 people, R1, R2, R3, R4, R5, UVWXY. I hate it when question says Abhishek, Abhinandan, Abhyukt and all that. So it's not just A, B, it's same letter, it becomes a pain. Now I'm very clear. UVWXY. Whichever one of you ever goes to setting a question paper moves to the dark side, please don't pain us with all 5 names starting with R or S. Give us A, B, C, D, E, P, Q, R, S, T. We love you for that. Right? The means of the rating given by R1, R2, R3, R4 and R5 were 3.4, 2.2, 3.8, 2.8 and 3.4. 5 restaurants, 5 people, 1 to 5 integer ratings. So the means of the ratings given are so far are like this. The summary statistics of these ratings for the 5 workers is given below. Mean rating for Ullas is 2.2, Vasu is 3.8, 3.4, 3.6, 2.6. So we have mean rating that the gig workers get, mean rating that the restaurants are given. So what R1 has given to UVW, XY, we have a mean. How much Ullas has got from R1, R2, R3, R4, R5, we have a mean. Median rating that is 2. Modal rating is 2. Range of rating is 3. What is range of rating? Range of rating is defined as difference between maximum and minimum. So ton of stuff about what Ullas has received. I looked at this and the median, you arrange the sequence in ascending order or a descending order. The middle term is the median. Very important to know, median of 1, 2, 3 is 2. Median of 1, 1, 4 is 1. So it's maybe possible that is you have 5 numbers that are A less than B less than C less than D less than E. But it's not required to define a median. A less than or equal to B, less than or equal to C, less than or equal to D, less than or equal to E. C is still the median. Sometimes we think median is their term should be distinct, not required. Modal rating. Mode is the number in a statistical sample that appears the most frequently. That means in Ullas's ratings, 2 appears most frequently. So 2 could appear twice, other numbers could appear once each. 2 could appear thrice, and others could appear once or twice. 4 times and one other. But 2 occurs more frequently than others. I looked at this and I was worried. I thought if I have a sequence that is 1, 2, 2, 4, 4. 2 appears twice. 4 also appears twice. Which of these would have defined the mean mode? If the mode were 2, does that preclude the scenario that 4 is also a mode? I was worried about it. I looked at it and said, look, 2 is a mode. Might it be possible that this is multimodal? Median is unique. Mean is unique. Mean is a number. Need not be an element of the set. Likewise, median is a number. It may be the element of a set. It may not be. If it's an even number of elements, it need not even be an element in the set. So median and mean are numbers. Mode is a number denoting the most frequently occurring element. Technically speaking, a sample could be multimodal. Multiple elements could occur with the same frame frequency, each being higher than everything else. Right? So I was worried about that. This made it clear. Yusuf has 2 modes, 1 and 4. That means Yusuf has got 1, 1, 4, 4. 1 and 4 both occur more frequently than others and equal number of times. So multimodal is mentioned here. That means 2 is a unique mode. Very happy, reassured by that. And so lots of given by this sample. The following is partial information about ratings of 1 and 5 awarded by the restaurants to the workers. R1 awarded a rating of 5 to Vaman, as did R2 to Xavier, R3 to Vaman and Xavier, and R5 to Vasu. R1 awarded a rating of 1 to Ullas, as did R2 to Vaman and Yusuf, and R3 to Yusuf. This is individual data point which you need to fix it. I can straight away sense I need to put R1, R2, R3, R4, R5, UVW, XY, and then try to make sense of the data. I think the restaurant to individual data, this is going to give us more than those. So I think we can carve out Ullas, Vasu, Vaman, Xavier, Yusuf information better than we can carve out R1, R2, R3, R4, R5 for Ullas. That kind of sequence. So I'm going to attack what is simpler. R1, R2, R3, R4, R5, UVW, XY. Mean is 2.2, 3.8, 3.4, 3.6, 2.8. I don't work well with mean. So I'm going to say, hey, the total is 11, total is 19, total is 17, total is 18, total is 13. We know that also R1, R2, R3, R4, R5, 17, 11, 19, 14, 17. Generally, I like to reconcile the numbers just to know I've not made any calculation mistake. 30, 47, 65, 78. 31, 50, 61, 78. Yeah, nice, good. Both add up to 78. I'm very happy I've not made, chances are I've not made a mistake. Make 2 mistakes correspondingly. Right? Now let's look at this. We fill this in. The totals are 11, 19, 17, 18, and 13. The median is 2, mode is 2, range is 3. And 2 occurs twice at least. Median is also 2. The third term is 2. I could have a scenario where I have 2, 2, 2 or 1, 2, 2. Right? The range is 3. Suppose hypothetically I had 2, 2, 2, then the highest one should be 5, 2, 2, 2, 5 and some number in between. 2, 2, 2 and 5 adds up to 11. There's no room to include something here. This is not the scenario. So I'm going to say, hey, this one didn't work. So I'm looking at a scenario where I'm looking at 1, 2, 2. Right? So I'm thinking about 1, 2, 2. For this one, where should I write this? I'm thinking 1, 2, 2. Where can I write this? Let me write this here or here. 1, 2, 2. The range is 3. The maximum should be 4. 1, 2, 2 dash 4. 1 plus 2 plus 2 is 5 plus 4 is 9. The total is 11. I'm thinking about 1, 2, 2, 2, 4. So Ulla's got 1, 2, 2, 2, 4. Let's look at this next one. Basu or Yusuf. Yusuf has modes as 1 and 4, median as 3, 2 1s, 2 4s and a 3. So I know what Yusuf has got. Yusuf has got 1, 1, 3, 4, 4. Adding up to 8, 10, 13, 2. Lovely, that's done. All 5 numbers I've got. Basu, median is 4, mode is 4. Median is 4, middle term is 4, mode is 4, at least twice. We could have 4, 4, 4 or 5, 4, 4. Range is 3. Suppose it were 4, 4, 4. This should be 1. 4 plus 4 plus 4 is 12. 12 plus 1 is 13. The remaining number should be 6. That's not possible. I cannot have 1, 6, 4, 4, 4. So this should be 5. So the range is 2. So the numbers are 2 dash 4, 4, 5. 2 plus 4, 6 plus 4, 10 plus 5, 15. 4, 19. 2, 4, 4, 5 is what Basu has got. In some order, I don't know how. 2, 4, 4, 5 is what Basu has got. Let's go to Vaman. Mode is 5, at least 2 5s. Median is 4. I have a 4, 5, 5 sitting with me beautifully. The range is 4. The first number is 1. 1 dash 4, 5, 5. Adding up to 17. 5 plus 5 is 10 plus 5 is 15. 1, 2, 4, 5, 5. Once again, median is 4. Mode is 5. I have a 4, 5, 5 sitting with me. Range is 4. 1 before that. Total should add up to 18. 1, 4, 5, 5, 5 is 5 plus 5 plus 5, 15. This number should be 3. So just looking at this data, we've carved out the 5 elements that should sit here in some order. Mind you, we don't know the order. We don't know which one's given 2, which one is given 4, which one is given 1. If not, we don't have that. But we know that these are the 5 numbers for each of these cases, U, V, W, X, Y. Right? We've deduced that, taken this process to outline that. Nice. So we've got these numbers sitting here quite beautifully. R1 awarded a rating of 5 to Vaman. R1 5 to Vaman. Okay. R2 to Xavier. R2 Xavier. R3 to Vaman and Xavier. R3 to Vaman and Xavier. Okay. And R5 to Vasu. R1 awarded a rating of 1 to Ullas. 1. As did R2 to Vaman and Yusuf. R2 to Vaman and Yusuf. And R3 to Yusuf. Nice. We filled all of this in. Let's see. 1, 2, 2, 2, 4 sitting here. 1, 2, 4, 5, 5 sitting here. 1, 3, 4, 5, 5 sitting here. 1, 1, 3, 4, 4 sitting here. Adding up to 17, 11, 19 that way. Let's see which one we can carve out. There's something that opens up. Let's see. This is 5. 3 numbers we know here. 5 plus 5 plus 1 is 11. These two add up to 8. So these two should add up to 8 totally. I could have 2 and 4 only. It cannot be 2. It has to be 4. This is 4. This is 4, this is 4. Likewise, in this sequence, 1, 5, 1 adds up to 7. These two should add up to 4. I cannot put a 4 here. This has to be a 2, this has to be a 2. Nice, lovely. So I put a 2 here, 2 here. This is 2. Similar logic. 5 plus 1 is 11. 8 more remaining. This cannot be 2, so this is 4, this is 4, this is 4. 2 triple 4 5. No, 2 and 5 are taken. This is 4, this is 4. We're filling data rapidly. This whole row is filled. This whole row is filled. Let's see. We fill this column 1, 2, 4, 2, 2. This entire thing is filled. 2 triple 4 5. 5 1 5 we've got. Lovely. So we need to have a 2 and 4 sitting here. One 3 4 here. 3 4 4 here. Oopsie. Still not easy. 1 plus 4 plus 5 is 10. We have 17 totally. Only 3s and 4s are there. This is a 3/4. This is a 4/3. Nice, lovely. 5 1 5 are taken. 2 and 4 are remaining. These two add up to 2 plus 4 is 6. Suppose I put a 4 here. This will add up to 10. I have only 14 totally. I could have 1 and 3. 4 1 3. That's possible. In which case 5 1 5 5 1 5 4. This should be a 2, adding up to 17. 5 2 5 adds up to 9. I need 8 more. I'll put a 4 here and a 4 here. The 5s are already taken. 1 plus 4 is 5, 10, 15. 15 plus 3. This won't be a 4. That means it can't be this. This is one possibility. And 4 1 3 2 4 4 1 3 10 11 14 1 3 4 5 5 1 1 3 4 4. Yep, that adds up. 10 13 14 18. That adds up. 1 3 4 5 5 is fine. 1 1 3 4 4 is fine. 1 2 4 5 5 is fine. This is one possibility. I could have put a 2 here and a 4 here, the other way around. We'll see what happens then. We put a 2 here. This is one possibility. So I'm going to erase everything here and say put a 2 here and a 4 here. 2 plus 4 plus 2 is 8. We need to add up to 6. 5s are gone. It has to be a 3 and a 3. This should be a 4. This should be a 4. 2 plus 5 is 7 plus 4 11 plus 4 15. This should be a 2. We don't have a 2. So 2 plus 5 7 plus 4 11 plus 2 13 plus 4 17. That works. This should be a 2. But we don't have a 2 in this column. This is not possible. So we should have had a scenario. This is 4. This is 2. Everything else fills itself. And just bunk one in and then work the rest. 2 4 4 2. You fill the entire grid. Once you fill the entire grid, you can just answer the question after that. And so my starting point was playing with the 4 and 2. I very well said, let me put 3 and 4 here, fill the rest in, and then arrive at a conclusion. If we put 4 and 3 here, it will contradict. It won't work. So start with one thing, fill everything in, and then do the other thing. One will work, one will not work, or both could work, in which case we have 2 grids. Somewhere we deduce and go for it there. So 4 and 2 works here in this sequence. 2 and 4 does not work. How many individual ratings cannot be determined from the above formation? 0. We've got everything. Completely one grid. To how many workers did R2 give a rating of 4? R2. No 4s there. What rating did R1 give to Xavier? 3. What is the median of the ratings given by R3 to the 5 workers? R3 14455, median is 4. Which among the following restaurants gave its median rating to exactly one of the workers? R5 is given 22445, median is 4, not R5. R2 is given 11225, median is 2, not R2. R3 is given 14455, median is 4, not R3. I'm getting worried. R4 is given 12344, median is 3. The answer. Only to one person. 3, done, true. Odsville has 5 firms: Alfloo, Bzygoo, Czechy, Drjbna and Elavalaki. A, B, C, D and E to us. Fine. So each of these firms was founded in some year and also closed down a few years later. So Odsville is very much like Indian startup scenario. Firms get founded, firms get funded, and then firms disappear. Not the worst thing, but some firms should have never been founded. Each firm has raised rupees 1 crore in its first and last year of existence. Okay, so the enthusiasm and the gentle throes of death. The amount each firm raised every year increased until it reached, give me a second. The amount each firm raised every year increased until it reached a maximum and then decreased until the firm closed down. Gentle upward curve and then downward curve. It's not up and down. No firm raised the same amount of money in 2 consecutive years. Subsequent year is higher or lower. If it is lower, then lower throughout till the finish. If it's higher, higher till 1 point. So somewhere in the middle is the maximum. Each annual increase and decrease was either rupees 1 crore or by rupees 2 crores. The table below provides partial information about the 5 firms. A, 2009 to 16, 21 crores total amount. B, 12 to 15, amount is not given. C, which started in 2013, raised 9 crores. D, 2011 to 2015, 10 crores. E, 2010, 13 crores. And so, initially when I saw this, I thought there was not enough information. Each question would be a separate thing. No, there's lots of information hiding in here. I didn't sense it first. It's a beautiful, beautiful set, because once you get the hang of that, this becomes just kind of opens up. Each firm raised 1 in the first and last year of existence, 1 and 1. Wherever first and last year there, I'm putting 1 and 1. Bzygoo is 2012 to 15. Cxqi is 13, but we don't know when it ended. I put till 17, maybe 18, 19 are also there. D, 11 to 15. And E, 2010. Why I put the years is that some of the questions speak to years. Maybe I just had a glimpse of the questions. They're talking about 2013 numbers, 14 numbers. Otherwise I would have thought about each company's cycle, but the actual year also matters. And so, bunch of things to think about here. If you think about each company, we can interpret the data. And A has been around for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years. And so, this is definitely an increase from 2009 to 10. 10 to 11 should have been an increase. Should have been an increase. Going higher, higher, higher. Then this should have been coming down to 1. Should have also been coming down. I don't know whether it again increased 2 years or increased 1 year, decreased 1 year, or decreased 2 years. I can sense that it couldn't have increased for 6 years and decreased only for 2. It doesn't work. Or 5 and 2 doesn't work. So the first 3 year, some 3 year increase, chances are some 3 year decrease. The middle one alone could go either way. And so it looks like the first 2 years definitely are going up. The next 2 are going down. You have to think about whether 2 years alone could have gone up. 1, 3, 5, and then 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 3, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So could it be 1, 3, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? No, not possible. We could not have had only 2 years of increase. We should have had 3 years of increase. Which means mirror image, it should have been 3 years of decrease as well. The middle year alone, we don't know. Could have gone up higher or lower. And so, very interesting. Initially, we thought 8 years adding up to 21. At least I thought 8 years adding up to 21. And I thought, look, tough, so many combinations are possible. But because there are 8 years and it increases to some point, to like a crescendo, and then comes back after that, and every year is at least 1, I think more can be inferred here. Likewise here, second one, B, is bleeding clear. Fine. So either these 2 years are up and this year is down. This year is definitely up, 12 to 13. 14 to 15 is definitely down. Either up, up and down, or up, down, down. That's it, no other possibility. If you're thinking about up, up and down, it can only be 1, 2, 3, 1. Because the last year when it's coming down, it could not have been 4 because the maximum increase decrease is 1 crore or 2 crores. It is either 1, 2, 3, 1 or 1, 3, 2, 1. One of the two. Done. So we can find the total is only 2 possibilities. Both possibilities are the same total, 7 crores. Done. True. So each of these things we can make further inferences from there. C starts in 1 year, no end year given. Total is 9. It cannot have been just 3 years. 1, 3, 1 is the maximum possible. 1, 3, 1 adds up to 5. Could it have been just 4 years? Would have been 4 years, it has to be 1, 2, 3, 1 is the maximum. 1, 2, 3, 1 adds up to 6 plus 1, 7, not 9. And so it's at least 5 years. Could it have been 6 years? That's the other thing that we need to think about. Fine. So, but with 9 crores, 5 years, we can go somewhere. There is more to this. We can fill in lots more data here. Okay? Likewise for D and D. Now I'm going to dive a little deeper into A. And initially I thought 21 crores, 8 years, lots of possibilities. Now I'm thinking, hey, maybe not that many possibilities. Now I'm going to say, with 8 years, what is the minimum? What is the maximum? And my gut feel is 21 will be closer to the minimum because my numbers have to keep increasing. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 is 10. And then 4, 3, 2, 1 is 10 in 8-year sequence. So we are very close to 21. And so I'm going to think about the minimum possible over 8 years. So make it 1, 2, 3, 4. This side is 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. It cannot be 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. It has to be 5. It's the smallest combo possible for 8 years. Every increase is either plus 1, every decrease is minus 1. I'm not letting it run away. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 is 15, plus 6 is 21. This is it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 2, 1 or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 2, 1. This is the only combination possible. The only variant of this that we can think about is, hey, we can say, hey, nice, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 2, 1 or 1, 2, 3, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The mirror image, because it can go up. It has to reach a peak, always plus 1 or plus 2. It has to come down, always minus 1 or minus 2. If 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 2, 1 works, 1, 2, 3, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 will also work. Plus 1, plus 2, minus 1, minus 1, minus 1, minus 1. Both work. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, adding up to 6 plus 6, 12. The middle 2 years have to be 9. The total is 21. It could be 4, 5 or 5, 4. Only 2 possibilities. This one, 1 dash dash 1, it's either 1, 2, 3, 1 or 1, 3, 2, 1. One of the two. C starts with 1. Total adds up to 9. It cannot have been 2 years. It cannot have been 3 years. 3 years, only possibility is 1, 2, 3, 1 or 1, 3, 2, 1, adding up to 7 crores. 5 years, the minimum total over 5 years is 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3 is 6. 2 plus 9. The minimum is 9. Therefore, that's the only possibility. Or this should have been 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. I have to make this very robust. It is 4/5 and 5/4. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 5/4, 4/5. 4 or 5, 5 or 4. So 3 things we've got nearly completely. Let's go to D. 1 and 1. The minimum with 5 years is 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. That adds up to 9. We want 10. So it's not 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. But if I put 1, 3, it has to go to 1, 3, 4, 2, 1. 1, 3, 4 is 8, 2, 1 becomes 11. It's not possible. So this cannot be 3, this cannot be 3. So this has to be 1, 2, this has to be 1, 2. No getting away from that. This goes to 3 or this goes to 3, we go beyond 10. So 1, 3, 4, 2, 1 is 11. 1, 2, 4, 2, 1 is 10. So and there's the only possibility for 10. The minimum possible is 9. 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. For 10, we have to go 1 higher. If I change this by 1, this should also change by 1, because I'm further increasing. I cannot have 1, 3, 3, 2, 1. That's not possible. No 2 consecutive years are the same. So I cannot change this or this. I cannot start with 1, 3. I cannot end with 1, 3. If I start with 1, 3, that is 4. If I end with 1, 2 also, that is plus 3, 7. Middle number has to be 3. That's not possible. So it is 1, 2, 4, 2, 1. Right? Now let's go to 13. I want to think about the minimum number of years to hit 13. Can we do 13 with 4 years? With 3 is not possible. With 4 years. 4 years is 1, 2, 3, 1, 7. Nothing else is possible. 5 years. We have done 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. We can do 1, 3, 5, 3, 1. What does it add up to? 1, 3, 5, 3, 1. 4, 9, 12, 13. Yeah, that's possible. With 5 years, we can hit 13. With 5 years and 13 is the only possibility, because it's all maxed out. Can we do it with 6 years? Can we do it with 7 years? That's what we need to think about for E, because only the total is given. For C, with only the total being 9, there's only one possibility. We figured that out. But for 13, it does look like there could be more than one possibility. Within 5 years, there's only one possibility. Going to the 6th year, there could be more. But the moment I'm thinking about it, I'm thinking maybe if I go to the 7th year, something possible. I want to eliminate from the other end. With 3 years, 4 years, it's not possible. With 5 years, there's only one possibility. From the other end, 6, 7, if I can be sure that with 7 years, it is not possible at all, then I'm looking only at the 6-year possibility. We'll get there when we get there. So what am I going to do? I'm going to think about 7 years for E. Minimum with 7 years is 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is 10 plus 6, 16. So 7 years, the minimum is 16. Ruled out. Forget about it. So the maximum possible number of years is 6. Minimum is 5. With 5, we've got a possibility. Straight away, it tells me that 5 was maxed out. With 6, there should be something possible. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 and 1. It ends with 1. That much I know. So these 4 numbers add up to 11. And so, suppose hypothetically, I put a 2 here and a 2 here. 3 plus 3 is 6. Remaining 2 numbers add up to 7. We could have 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 1 or 1, 2, 4, 3, 2, 1. And so 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 1 or 1, 2, 4, 3, 2, 1. 2 possibilities with putting 1, 2 and 1, 2. Now we need to think about, can we do a 1, 3? So make this a 1, 3. This becomes 1, 3. Let that side be a 2, 1. 6 years. 4 plus 3 is 7. The other 2 should add up to 6. This has to be minimum 4. This has to be minimum 3. Not possible. So I cannot start with the 1, 3. I cannot end with the 3, 1. So 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 1. 1, 2, 4, 3, 2, 1. Those are my only 2 possibilities. I'm going to do a very quick recap. 8 different values. What is the minimum 8-year cycle? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 2, 1. And that adds up to 21. That's the cycle we're thinking about. Only 4 years. 2013 should have seen an increase. 15 should have seen a decrease. 14 could go either way. 1, 2, 3, 1 or 1, 3, 2, 1. Total is 9. Can we reach a total of 9 within 4 years? Not possible. 1, 2, 3, 1 is the only possibility, or 1, 3, 2, 1, adding up to 7. We need at least 5 years. 5 years, the minimum possible. 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. That adds up to 9. That's what this is. So this is 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. This is 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. 4 slash 5, 5 slash 4. This is 2 slash 3, 3 slash 2. Adding up to 10. 1, 2, 3, 2, 1 adds up to 9. We need to go 1 better than this. We cannot start with 1, 3 or end with 3, 1. Then it will become 2 more. This has to be 1, 2, 4, 2, 1. This alone, there are 2 categories. 13 with 5 years, 13 with 6 years. Both. So we'll have to dig at both. 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 3, 2, 1. 2012 goes up. 1, 2, 4, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Total is 9. 1, 2, 3, 2, 1 is the only possibility. For E, 1, 3, 3, 1 is a possible. 1, 3, 5, 3, 1 is a possibility within 5 years. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 1. 1, 2, 4, 3, 2, 1. Both are possibilities with 6 years. This is possible and this is possible. Lovely. So we've got the framework. Initially I thought there will be a ton of possibilities. Each question is going to be different, but narrow set of possibilities. Okay. Let's attack the questions. For which firms can the amounts raised by them be concluded with certainty in each year? C, yes. D also yes. 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 4, 2, 1. B, there are 2 possibilities. A, there are 2 possibilities. E, there are 3 possibilities. So C and D, D and Drjbna. What can be concluded about the total amount money raised in 2015? 2015, 2, 1, 3, 1 is there for sure. 2, 1, 3, 1, 2 plus 1, 3 plus 3, 6 plus 1, 7. 7 crores are there for sure. E could have been this possibility or this. 0 or 1, 7 or 8 crores. What are the largest possible total amount of money that could have been raised in 2013? 2013, what is there for sure? 1 plus 4 is there for sure. 5. Largest number. So this should have been 5. This should have been 3. This should have been 4. 5 plus 3, 8, 9, 13. 13 plus 4, 17. 17 crore. If Elavalaki raised 3 crores in 2013, 3 crores. Okay, so it could have been this being 3, this being 4. Either this or this. Both possibilities are, or both are possible. What is the smallest possible total amount of money that could have been raised by all the companies in 2012? In 2012, smallest, we want as small as possible in 2012. So we eliminate this. So this is 4. 4 plus 2, 6. 6 plus 1, 7. 7 plus 4, 11. 11 is possible. 4 for this, 1 for this, 2 for this, 0 for this, and 4 for this. Not this option, this option. 6 plus 1, 7 plus 4, 11 crores. The total amount of money raised in 2014 is rupees 12 crores. 2014 is 12 crores. So 3 plus 2 plus 2 is 7. 7 is in the bag. This is 3 or 2. This is 1 or 2. We need 5 more crores. Only 3 plus 2 gives us 5. So we should have only this possibility. This should be 2 crores. And this should be 3. This should be 2. Bzygoo raised the same amount of money as Elavalaki in 2013. 2013, okay, which of the following is not possible? B and E, same amount in 2013. 2 and 3 source 4, that's not possible. This is 4 or 3, that is only 2, not possible. A raised the same amount of money as the D in 2013. A and D could be same, 4 and 4 is possible. A raised the same amount of money as Bzygoo in 2014. 3 and 3 indeed is definitely true, not even possible, definitely true. Bzygoo raised more money than Elavalaki in 2014. 2014, 3 and 2, again true. Which of the following is not possible? The first one, this is not possible. I know I've marked a cross here. What I mean by that is not possible. The other 3 are possible. These 2 are definitely true, third one is possible. One of the 3 is possible, other 2 are always true. Departmental stores. A chain of departmental stores has outlets in Delhi, Mumbai, Bengaluru and Kolkata. The sales are categorized by 3 departments: apparel, electronics and home decor. Apparels, electronics and home decor, Delhi, Mumbai, Bengaluru, Kolkata. An accountant has been asked to prepare a summary of the 2018 and 19 sales amounts for an internal report. He has collated partial information and prepared the following table. I love these sets. I love these sets because they're going to be number dependent. They're going to tell us that growth from this to this is same as growth from this to this. The percentage growth from this to this is same as this to this. and then a total for 2018 is less than total for 2019 by 40 crores. Something like that. And then we fill all the data in, everything gets filled in, we answer questions. I'm hoping for that. I like these pure, the logical reasoning part is just number filling. I'm very comfortable with percentage growth, this and that, and putting some variable in. So if I find a set like this, I'm jumping in. And partial information is totally my thing. And let's look at this. And then the following additional information is given. Sales amounts in apparel were the same in Delhi and Kolkata. In apparel were the same for Mumbai and Bengaluru, etc., etc. I can't keep all of this in my head. I'm going to draw the table and go one by one and attack this. And so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The more the constraints are there, happier I am. Because that tells me that I'm likely to fill the entire grid and not have 6 variants there. And let's go step by step. I've filled all this in. The sales amounts in apparel department were the same for Delhi and Kolkata in 2018. So this is X. This is X. 2018, Delhi and Kolkata are same. Sales amounts in apparel department were the same for Mumbai and Bengaluru in 18. Mumbai, Bengaluru, 18. Why? Why? This sales amount matched the sales amount in the apparel department for Delhi in 2019. This is also why. Lovely. So this we have accounted for, this we have accounted for. We put in 2 variables. The sales amounts in the home decor department were the same for Mumbai and Kolkata in 2018. Mumbai, Kolkata, same. This is Z. This is Z. Lovely. The sum of the sales amounts of the 4 electronic department increased by the same amount as the sum of the sales of the floor apparel departments from 2018 to 19. 4 electronic departments increased by the same amount as apparel department. Electronic department, we have all the data. And this is plus 20, plus 20, minus 20, plus 20. 20 plus 20, 40, minus 20, 20, plus 20, 40. So electronics is up 40. Up 40 crores. So apparel department from 2018 to 19 should have also been up by 40 crores. We're not saying percentage growth, the actual sales amount is equal. Electronic department, I can add all 4 and find it. Simpler way, plus 20 plus 20 minus 20 plus 20. These two, what is increase, what decrease and increase, they cancel each other out. 2 increases, so 40 crores increase. So apparel should have also increased by 40 crores from 18 to 19. I'll keep that in mind. Let's go and see the next set of constraints. So X and X, Y, 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 Z, Z. We filled in all the data. Fine. Lovely. Electronic, the apparel department should have been up 40 crores. All sales amounts are in rupees crores. The total sales amounts of the 4 home decor departments increased by rupees 70 crores from 18 to 19. 70 crore increase. This is 20 crores. This is 20 crores. So these two should have accounted for the remaining 30 crores. And so 20 and 20, 40 crores increase you have accounted for. These two should amount for the remaining 20. The 2018 numbers are Z and Z. So 2Z increasing to 72 plus 54, which is 126. Increasing to 126 is an increase of 30 crores. So 2Z becoming 126 is an increase of 30 crores. Or 2Z. 2 times Z is 126 minus 30, which is 96 crores. Or Z is 48. 48. Of our 3 variables, we've already found one, 48 and 48. We still have some gaps. We'll get there. We'll get there when we get there. Wonderful. Let's go to the next one. The sales amounts in the home decor departments of Delhi and Bengaluru each increased by rupees 20 crores from 2018 to 19. Home decor of Delhi and Bengaluru each increased by 20. So this is a math why this should be 48 crores remaining. This is just a computational part. It's not a constraint. Sorry. We've got that. We've got Z is 48. Let's fill that in. Let's go to the next part. The sales amounts in apparel departments of Delhi and Bengaluru each increased by the same amount in 2019 from 18. Delhi and Bengaluru increased by the same thing. This goes from X to Y, the increase of Y minus X. It should go from Y to something increasing by Y minus X. Or this becomes 2Y minus X. Lovely. So sales amounts in the apparel departments of Mumbai and Kolkata also each increased by the same amount. Mumbai and Kolkata. Kolkata is x to 54, increased by 54 minus x. Add this, y plus 54 minus x. We've got everything. We've got a bunch of numbers filled in. For electronics and home decor, we've got everything filled in. For apparel, we have two variables, x and y. But you've filled everything based on x and y. The last one is an actual number. So if you have something linked in x and y, we're through. Okay. The sales amounts in the apparel department of Delhi, Kolkata and Bengaluru in 2019 followed an arithmetic progression. Delhi, Kolkata, Bengaluru of 2019. Delhi 2019, which is y. Kolkata 2019, which is 54. Bengaluru 2019, which is 2y minus x. This is an AP. Or this plus this is 2 times this. Or y plus 2y minus x is 108. Or this gives us 3y minus x equals 108. An arithmetic progression, two extreme terms add up to twice the middle term. 54 minus y equals 2y minus x minus 54. 2 times 54 is sum of these two. 3y minus x is 108. Brilliant. We have one more thing linking x and y. We are through. Maybe we will get that. The sales amounts in apparel department followed an arithmetic progression. Now we also know one thing. The apparel total increased by 40 crores. That we know. We still know that. We also know that 3y minus x equals 108. What is the apparel increase here? Here it is y minus x. What is the increase here? Here it is 54 minus x. Here this is y minus x. Here this is 54 minus x. We already know these two are equal. These two are equal. The total amount increase is 40 or y minus x plus y minus x. 2y minus 2x plus 54 minus x plus 54 minus x. 108 minus 2x equals 40. Or 2y minus 4x plus 68 equal to 0. We have 3y minus x equal to 108. 4x minus 2y is 68. Or we can rewrite this and say 2x minus y equals 34. So we solve this. 3y minus x is 108. 2x minus y, or how do I write this? Maybe we'll keep this as 2x minus y. 2x minus y equals 34. Double this. 6y minus 2x is 216. Add these two. 6y minus y is 5y. 5y is 250 or y is 50. Y is 50. 3y minus x is 108. We can find x. And so y equals 50. 3y minus x is 108. 3 into 50 minus x is 108. 3 into 50 is 150. X is 150 minus 108. 150 minus 108, which is 42. X is 42. Brilliant. So we fill everything in. This is x 42. This is y 50. This is y 50. This is y 50. This is x 42. 2y minus x. 2 into 50. 100 minus 42. 58. Y plus 54 minus x. 50 plus 54 minus 42. 54 minus 42 is 12. 50 plus 12 is 62. Fill everything in. 42, 50, 50, 62, 50, 58, 42, 54. We've got the entire set of numbers for apparel, electronics and home decor for 18 and 19 for all 4 cities. You just look at these questions and then answer them. We've got the entire grid. Plain vanilla plugging in gaps and plain vanilla equation solving in 2 variables. Nothing more than that. Let's show this. In home decor departments of which cities were the sales amounts the highest in 2018 and 19? I don't remember any data point. I've not tracked city. I've just solved X and Y. Got to look at the table. Highest in 2018 and 19. Home decor. 2018 highest is Delhi. 19, 100, 72, 80, 54. Again Delhi, Delhi and Delhi. Got it. Done. Simple question. Once you've got the grid, it's simple. What are the increase in sales amount in crore rupees in the apparel department of Mumbai from 18 to 19? 18 to 19 apparel department, 50 to 62, 12 crores. Done. So you get the grade, just marking down the answers. Among all the 12 departments, what was the maximum percentage increase in sales amount from 18 to 19? You need to be very savvy number-wise. 42 to 50, not very high. 50 to 62, 12 out of 50, 24%. 50 to 58, low. 42 to 54, low. There's an increase of 12 over 50. There's an increase of 12 over 42. This is the highest so far. 12 by 42. Fine, I'm going to keep that in mind, but I'm going to look at the others. I might have to come back. 12 over 42 is the highest so far, not 8 over 42, 12 over 42. 78 to 98, increase of 20, increase of 20, decrease, I don't have to worry, increase of 20. In the 78 to 98, increase of 20 is the best, but 42 to 54 is probably sharper. 12 by 42, 20 by 78. 20 by 78 is close to 1/4. 12 by 42 could be more than 1/4. My gut feel is higher than that, but I'm not going to really compute. Both are in the 24-25% range, 1/4 range. 80 to 100, 78 to 98 is sharper. 48 to 72. This is a winner so far. 48 to 72. It's an increase of 24 on a base of 48. Increased by half, increased by 50%. None of those is close to 50. So far is a winner. 60 to 80, 1/3. Okay, this is also big. This is half. This is lesser or half, 50% is the answer. The key thing here to kind of retain some form of RAM. Kind of, you can't compute all, 12 numbers and then answer this. Not working. It's going to be too time consuming. We don't have an Excel file to plug in a formula. You have to keep on scrolling and then your antenna should go up when there is something which is significant. If you've done the whole thing, the only two significant things would have been these two. That is up by 1/3, this is up by 50%, up by half. Up by half is better. That's your answer. What are the total sales amount in crore rupees in 2019 for the chain of departmental stores? 2019. So I'm going to add these. 150, 250, 248. Close to 250. The choices are far apart. So I can think of this as even 250. 62, 72, 102. 60 plus 70 is 130. Plus 100, 230, 236, 3 2s. 70, 80, 150, 150, 210. Overshot in both places, but it's all right. I can remember that. 54, 54, 108 plus 100, 208. I put in another 210 here. We call this 230. Offset it. 250, 480, 420. 900 choice. I'm just approximating slightly because I know my choices are wide apart. And so I don't want to end with zeros. I don't want to end with 6, 7, 8. I can do the accurate number. There are small enough numbers, fewer numbers. But because the choices are far apart, I can even just scan the numbers and get to the answer. 900 is the easy right answer. Election. In an election, several candidates contested for a constituency. Yeah, good election. In any constituency, the winning candidate was the one who polled the highest number of votes. Yeah. The first runner-up was the one who polled the second highest number of votes. Second runner-up was the one who polled third highest number of votes, and so on. Nothing new here. There are no ties in terms of number of votes polled by the candidates. Nice, simple. In any of the constituencies in this election. In an electoral system, a security deposit is a sum of money that a candidate is required to pay to the election commission before he or she is permitted to contest. This is true, and you guys should know this. Only the defeated candidates, that is one who is not the winning candidate, who failed to secure more than 1/6 of the valid votes polled to the constituency, lose their security deposit. If you fail to secure more than 1/6, that is, if you don't get more than 1/6, then you lose your security deposit. But only the defeated candidates, and so you must lose, and you must have failed to secure 1/6. So if you got less than 1/6, but you have won, then you get your deposit. That means if there's say 40 candidates and the maximum anyone polled was only 15% or 12%, and that guy won. If you win, and even if you have polled less than 1/6, if you have won the election, then you're obviously you won. you are the best candidate. So obviously you can't forfeit your security deposit if you have won an election. So the security is lost out only if you are defeated. You have not won. If you have defeated and you've got 1/6 or lesser, then you forfeit your deposit. If you've got more than 1/6, even if you have lost, then more than 1/6 of the candidates, the people seem to like you. That means you've got something going for you. We don't lose your security deposit. Right? The following table provides some incomplete information about votes polled in 4 constituencies, A, B, C, and D in this election. Let's see that before we go further. A, there were 10 candidates. The total number of votes polled were 5 lakhs. The winning candidate got 2.75 lakhs. So he won by a massive margin. He won more than half the votes. First runner-up was 95,000. Second, third, we don't know. Constituency B, there are 12 candidates, 3,25,000. The winning candidate gets only 48,750. They're very small. So this guy is romping to power. That guy is squeezing in. Fine. And then nothing else is given. C, 6,30,000. 30 is like an unusual number and nothing else is given. D, we don't know how many are there. We don't know what the winning candidate got. The first runner-up got 37,500. Second one got 30,000. The third runner-up got 10%. And so this guy lost his deposit. 16.66% is 1/6. He is losing his deposit. That much we know. Lovely. Now let's go to what else is given. The following additional facts are known. The first runner-up polled 10,000 more votes than the second runner-up in constituency A. Lovely. That means the first runner-up got 95,000. Second one must have got 85,000. Life is simple. One data. I hope everything else is as easy as this. None of the candidates who contested in constituency C lost their security deposit. The difference in votes polled by any pair of candidates in this constituency was at least 10,000. Oh, this is very interesting. Very interesting. Nobody lost their security deposit. That means everybody got more than 1/6. Only 5 candidates. Each of them got more than 1/6. And 1/6 into 5 itself was 5/6. The margins must have been very tight. Even the 5th candidate has got more than 1/6. 1/6 of 6,30,000 we can find. That's a bare minimum. Each of the candidates has got more than this guy. There's not even a tie. Very interesting. The difference in votes polled by any pair of candidates is at least 10,000. So we know what the minimum guy has got. That plus 10,000 is the minimum the guy above him got. That plus 10,000 the minimum the guy above him has got, and so on. So not just it's a tightly contested election, tightly contested but spaced apart. It's not like getting X plus 1, X plus 2, X plus 3, and then X plus 75,000. They're almost equally spaced. So there could be something in the numbers there. Let's dig deeper into that. The winning candidate in constituency D polled 5% of the valid votes, more than that of the first runner-up. All the candidates who lost their security deposits while contesting for this constituency put together polled 35% of the valid votes. So this guy gets 37,500 plus 5% of total. And then there is this total that we don't know. Maybe call it total or T. This guy gets 37,500 plus 5%. That should give us something about D as well. That's it, nothing else. There are only 3 conditions. And constituency A, something about C, something about D. There's nothing given about B. Well, let's go step by step. I think this will be the juiciest. Number of candidates, 10. So we've just captured this data. Let's look at this. The first runner-up polled 10,000 more than the second runner-up. So the second runner-up got 85,000. That we know. Just using K to denote 1,000. So putting 3 zeros all the time. This number is not friendly. So I've used it as it is 6,30,000. And so, very interesting. This guy has won a lot. So this is 170 plus 275. 275 plus 1, not 170, 180. So this is 455,000 already accounted for. So anybody coming below this, all of them put together have won only 45,000 votes. Out of 5 lakh, they've accounted for 4,55,000. Just the first 3. This is how typically elections are. As you go down, this says tail ends. Nobody wins too many votes. Lovely. Now let's move to the other juicy condition. So this is candidates C. 1/6 of this. 1/6 of 6,30,000. 1/6 of 6 lakh is 1 lakh. 1/6 of 30 is 5. So the security deposit number is 1 lakh and 5. That's a security. I'm not saying that's a winner number. the security deposit number is 1,05,000. Nobody lost their security deposit. That means everyone won more than 1,05,000. Beautiful. That's not the only thing. So we also know that among the 5 candidates, the gap between any 2 of them is at least 10,000. It's brilliant. So the least one, candidate 5, has got more than 1,05,000, or candidate 5 got greater than or equal to 1,06,000. And so I'm going to write it down like this. Why? Because candidate 4 is greater than or equal to 1,06,000 plus 10,000. At least 10,000 gap should be there. So if I write this like C5, C4, C3, C2, C1. This is X. This is X plus 10K. At least. This is X plus 20K. At least. This is X plus 30K. At least. This is X plus 40K. At least. So each of them is greater than or equal to this, greater than or equal to this, greater than or equal to this, greater than or equal to this. I find that very fascinating. Why? Because if you had X, that is 5X. That is nice and juicy. If you had 10K, 20K, 30K, 40K, that is 1 lakh. 10,000 plus 20,000 plus 30,000 plus 40,000 is 1 lakh. So 5X plus 1 lakh. Right? So, and that should add up, or each of them is more than at least this much. That comes up to 6,30,000. That I think, my gut feel is we'll end up having a very narrow range for X. Because X has to be more than 1,06,000. This has to be more than 1,06,000 plus 10,000, 1,06,000 plus 20,000, 1,06,000 plus 30,000, 1,06,000 plus 40,000. Brilliant. So this will give us, basically, add all of them up. So 1,06,000, 1,06,000 plus 10,000, 1,06,000 plus 20, 1,06,000 plus 30, 1,06,000 plus 40. So if I do C1 plus C2 plus C3 plus C4 plus C5, that is 5 times 1,06,000 plus 1 lakh. The 10,000 plus 20,000 plus 30,000 plus 40,000 is 1 lakh. The total should be greater than or equal to this. 5 times 1,06,000 is 5 lakhs 30 plus 1 lakh, or the total should be greater than or equal to 6 lakhs and 30. The total is 6 lakh 30. It has to be greater than or equal to 6 lakh 30. That means the total can only be 6 lakh 30. There's only one possibility. We're through. Originally when I thought there'll be 2 numbers only possible, 1,06,000 and 1,07,000, or 1,05,000 and 1,06,000, or 3 numbers, 5, 6 and 7, and then you do some permuting and figuring out and what is. Got very lucky. Only one number possible. So the least guy polls exactly 1 vote more. If he had got 1 vote lesser, he would have lost his security deposit. The bare minimum to get clear, to not forfeit a security deposit, he gets it. The next guy scores exactly 10K more than that. The guy above him scores 10K more than this guy. Plus 10K plus 10K, it adds up to 6 lakh 30. The numbers are so tight, there's only one possibility there. The least guy who scores the least, gets 1,06,000. Then 1,10,006. The numbers are wrong. 1,10,006. 1,20,006. 30,006. 40,006. The zeros are a little shifted, but don't worry. With 1,10,006, 1,20,006, 1,30,006, 1,40,006. Done. We've got this entire table done for C. Only one possibility available there. Now let's move on to D. The winning candidate in constituency D polled 5% of the total votes, valid votes, more than that of the first runner. We got 37,500 plus 5% of total. All the candidates who lost their security deposits polled 65% of the valid votes. Runner-up 2 onwards, everybody lost their security deposit. This downwards, everybody lost their security deposit. And now we could have a wonderful scenario where only all of these lost, these 3 retained, or even this guy could have lost, and everybody else retains. So all of these definitely lost, or even runner-up 2 could have lost, or even runner-up 1 could have lost. I'm already sensing that runner-up 1 also losing is not possible, because this guy scored just 5% more. Right? And these two add up to 65%. So I'm going to eliminate something and then come back to this. Let's assume, hypothetically, that runner-up 2 also lost a security deposit. So from here onwards, adds up to 35%. That means the remaining, these two, add up to 65% of the total votes. 5% goes off, or 37.5, 37.5, 37.5k plus 37.5k adds up to 60%. Or 37,500 is 60%. Or 37,500 is 30%. Or 30,000 will be 25%, 24%, somewhere there. That cannot have lost a security deposit. Or the scenario where from runner-up to everybody loses, that is wrong. Runner-up to retains it. All three retain it. From here downwards goes for a toss. Let's do the math for that. That means 37.5k plus 5% of total plus 37.5k plus 30k. These three add up to 65%. First three retain their deposit. Everyone else after that loses. 37.5 plus 37.5 is 75k. Plus 30 is 105k. This 5% goes that side. Or 105k is equal to 60% of total. 37.5 plus 37.5 plus 5% of total plus 30k is 65% of total. This 5% goes this side, becomes 60%. Or total is 105,000 into 100 by 60 or into 5 by 3 is 35. 35 into 5, 175k. The total is 175k. 5% of total is whatever it is. So 37.5k plus 5% of 175k is what the winner gets, which is 46.25k. 5% of 175k is 5 by 100 into 175,000. So 5 5 are 25, 5 2, 37, 7 3, 8750. 8750 plus 37,500 takes us to 46.25k. 46250. So now we've got the total number of votes polled in D, what the winner got, what runner-up 1 got, runner-up 2 got, what all of them put together got, what this guy got. Everything we've got. Complete data. We've got a reasonably full data on C and D. We've got sufficient amount on A. Let's look at B. And very interesting. B is very interesting. 325,000 votes were polled. The guy who won got 48.75. And so what is 1/6 of 325? 1/6 of 300 is 50,000. 1/6 of 325 is more than 50,000. So this guy has got less than 1/6 the vote. We've got a scenario which we discussed where you might win with less than 1/6 the votes. This guy has won with less than 1/6 of the votes. That means everybody below him has lost their security deposit. Everybody below has got less than 1/6. This guy, the guy who won, has got less than 1/6. That guy can't lose his security deposit. He's won. The guy who wins can get any number of votes and he'll still have his deposit. There are 10,000 guys contesting and there are 11,000 seats. So the guy can technically win by getting 3 votes or 2 votes. Fine. So that 11,000 votes, 3 votes and he can win. So that is nothing as a share of overall. But if you win, then your security deposit is retained. And so this guy does not lose a security deposit. Everyone else, they've lost and polled less than 1/6. They're all out. Fine. Lovely. Now let's go to the right here. What are the percentage of votes polled in total by all the candidates who lost their security deposits while contesting for constituency A? We did this math already. Add these 3. 5, 15, 8, 17, 25, 5, 2. 455,000 has been accounted for, or 45,000 is remaining. 45,000 out of 500,000 is what everybody else added up to. Percentage of votes polled in total by all the candidates. So all candidates below this, leaving out the top 3, remaining 7 candidates put together polled 45,000 votes. out of 500,000, that is a percentage. 45 by 500 into 100, 45 by 5, 9%. Yep, it was. How many candidates who contested in constituency B lost their security deposit? Discuss this. This guy doesn't lose. He is one. Everybody else loses. So this guy doesn't lose. So out of 12, one candidate won. That much we know. A remaining 11, they all lost. And they all polled less than 1/6. So 11 guys lost their deposit. What best can be concluded about the number of votes polled by the winning candidate in constituency? So this is 1,40,006. The exact answer. We've done this iteratively, brilliantly. The least candidate got 1,06,000. 1,10,006, 1,20,006, 1,30,006, 1,40,006. One beautiful, unique answer. Only one answer. 1,40,006. What are the number of valid votes polled in constituency D? Got this. 175,000. Done. The winning margin of a constituency is defined as the difference of votes polled by the winner and that of the first runner-up. Which of the following cannot be the list of constituencies in increasing order of winning margin? Increasing order of winning margin. First of all, winning margin for A is huge, gigantic. 275,000 minus 95,000. So just 180,000. A has got to be the last. Okay, that part is done. Easy inference, therefore it doesn't help us at all. These two winning margins we can find. For C, the winning margin is 10,000. For D, the winning margin, we calculated this, it's 5%. 5 by 100 into 175,000. $8,750. So we're looking at increasing order of winning margin. That means that D is less than C. And everything is less than A. And so that much we know. It could be B here, B here, B here, that we don't know. D less than C less than A, we know. Right? And A is greater than everything else. Now B, 1 by 48.75. Maybe we can find 11 candidates remaining. Even if all of them got equal, that will be the scenario where the difference will be maximum. So we can find that 325 minus 48.75 divided by 11. We can find out if all of them got an equal number of votes. Not equal, but plus or minus something, 1 vote, 2 vote. We can find the ballpark for that. 325 minus 50 is 275. 275 by 11. 275 is 25. So the maximum difference would be in the ballpark of 25,000. The minimum difference could be 3, 4, anything. And so it could be slightly lower, that will still work. There's nothing wrong. I can do the math to work after that. The maximum difference could be 24,000, 25,000, 23, 24,000. So I can technically have D here, B here, or B here also. That's tricky. I'm not able to place B anywhere. Let's look at the choices. BDCA, yeah, it seems possible. DBCA should be possible. DCBA should be possible. BCDA, this is not possible. We know D is less than C. BCDA is not possible. We need not even have evaluated where B would sit. All we need to know is D is less than C. This doesn't work. Which of the following cannot be the list of constituencies in increasing order of winning margin? This cannot be it. BCDA cannot be an order in which this can appear. For all the 4 constituencies taken together, what is the approximate number of votes polled by all the candidates who lost their security deposit, expressed as a percentage of total valid votes from these 4 constituencies? Total valid votes we have clearly. That we can add up. How much was polled by candidates who lost their security deposit? In A, we've already calculated this, 45K. In B, we want an approximate answer to start with. Except this guy, everybody else lost their deposit, security deposit. That I can find out. So 325K minus 48.75K. 325K minus 48.75K. This is 0.25. 14 minus 8 is 6. 11 minus 4 is 7. 276.25. Lovely. D, everyone in C, everyone got their security deposit back. That is 0. In D, it is 35% of 175k. And so 35% of 175k. I have to find the number. So 35 by 100 times 175,000. 35 5s are 175, 5 7, 35 7s are 245, 252, 225, 60250, 60.25k. This is the largest number, 276.25, and then 60.25, 45. I'm going to add these three numbers, 276.25, 60.25, 45. The 0.5 sitting here, 5 plus 6, 11, 1, 1, 8, 14, 18, 8, 1, 381.5. That is the total number of votes polled by guys who lost their deposit. Right? And then what is the percentage of total valid votes? Total valid votes is 500, 325, 600, 175. Let's add all of that. 381.5, I know I have. I have 500. Just go back and look at these numbers. 325, 600, 325, 600, 175. This is 0, 0, 1, 6, 9, 15, 16. 381.5 by 1600 into 100. This is the percentage we're looking for. 381.5 by 16. 381 by 16. I'm going to do this. Let me do the whole thing. Goes 2 times. 32. 61 goes 3 times. 48. 130. It'll go 8 times 128. So 23.8 something, not 23.5. 23.91 is closer because we made some 1 to tiny approximation. This works. Of course, this becomes far simpler if you have a calculator just to help you doing the mathematics part of it, but not rocket science. Once you've done the whole grid, then answering this question should be a sitter. And so, very doable set. The crucial part is cracking that C. A, B, D are simpler. Cracking C and figuring out that for C, actually after all the guff, there is only one possibility that sits for number of words. That's like a breakthrough. Sit in the exam, you get a feeling of relief. You check it one more time to say, yeah, only one. Then you're good. The moment you crack that funda, you're saying, look, I'm nailing this and should get it right. Smartphones. There are only 4 brands of entry-level smartphones called Azra, Bysi, Cxqi, and Dipq. A, B, C, and D effectively in a country. Details about their market share, unit selling price, profitability for the year 2016 are given in the table below. 40, 25, 15, 20. Because unit selling price is given, and assume market share refers to share in number of units, not share in revenue. That will be described as revenue share. Market share can also denote revenue if you're talking only in terms of overall revenues, but here we are clearly talking in terms of units. In 2017, sales volume of entry-level smartphones grew by 40%. So all 4 put together, they are the only smartphone brands. Right, so put together, their volumes grew by 40%. Cxqi offered a discount of 40%. So this 30,000 becomes 18,000, which resulted in a 15% increase in market share. Each of the other 3 brands lost 5% market share. So this 15 becomes 30, this becomes 20, this becomes 35, this becomes 15. The unit selling price of the other 3 brands and the profitability values remain the same. The profitability of Cxqi came down to half of its value. This becomes 20. These remain the same. These remain the same. These remain the same. And so Cxqi has slashed its price, dropped its profitability, and increased its market share. Right? Wonderful. Now let's look at what has been the impact on 2017, and then we'll look at the questions as well. Fine. The questions are very clear they're dependent on revenue and profit and highest profit. So we need to fill that grid and then reimagine this. Fine. I'm going to solve the stem. Fine. What are we going to do? We're going to say overall numbers X in 2016. Overall numbers will be 1.4X. So it's 40, 25, 15, 20. 15 should become 30. These three are down, 5, 5, 5. These two are same. These two are same. These two are same. 30,000 becomes 18. 40% profitability becomes 20% profitability. Wonderful. Now we know that market share numbers are based on overall number of units. And so this is 40% of X. There will be 35% of 1.4X. Remember that. So it's better if we can imagine actual numbers. This is X. This is 40% of X. 0.4X, 0.25X, 0.15X, 0.2X. This will be 0.35 times 1.4X, 0.2 times 1.4X, 0.3 times 1.4X, 0.15 times 1.4X. Revenues would be 0.4X into 15K. I'm writing 15,000 as 15K. Be 0.25X into 20K, 0.15X into 30K, 0.2X into 25K. Fine. We can find these numbers, we can find these numbers and complete everything and just solve the answer. But I'm going to go step by step, question by question. Maybe we'll need to fill all the numbers, maybe we won't need to. Fine, let's go step by step and look at the questions. The brand that had the highest revenue in 2016, 0.4 into 15K, this is 66K, 0.25 into 20, 5XK, 0.15 into 30, 4.5XK, 25 into 0.2, 25 into 2 is 10, this is 5XK. The brand that had the highest revenue in 2016 is Azra. We've got this. This is very useful. The brand that had the highest profit in 2016. So this is 6, 5, 4.5 and 5. 6, 5, 4.5 and 5. I'm just copying down the same number. Profit would be 0.6 XK, 1.5 XK, 4.5 into 4, 40%, 1.8 XK, 5 into 30%, 1.5 XK. Highest profit in 2016 is Cxqi, this number. 40% profitability is a sizable number. That's a lot. So it helps to track that. So we pretty much fill this and this. We've answered 2 questions, but in that process, we filled out 2 columns for 2016. Highest profit in 2017. So we're going to find this, then this, then this. Fine. So this is 0.35 into 1.4 into 15K into 10%. And so it's a fairly involved calculation to find this. But let's see if we can see if something is which is higher. Fine. So we're doing 35 into 1.4 into 15 into 10%. And so here the profitability is 3 times. This is higher priced. This is only less than half. This is still more than half. So it is not A. 20% of 1.4 into 20K into 30% will be higher than A. So I don't need to find the number. And so 20%, 20 to 30, 30% to 20%. These two will offset each other. The USP, the unit selling price is higher. So B is greater than C. D, 30%, 30% profitability. This is same. 20K, 25K, 20% share, 15% share. 20 to 25K is higher, but 15 to 20K is higher by a greater percentage. So this will be off. This will work. So the highest profit in 2017 is BYSI. The beauty here is we don't have to compute the numbers. We can compare and then make sense of it. If you think the closest comparison between B and D, 20 to 20 is 400, 15 into 25 is 375. Both are at 30%, so this will be higher. And we can calculate each number, especially because we are given a calculator. might as well go ahead and find all the numbers. But if that, you can do this question without computing the individual numbers. The complete list of brands whose profits went up in 2017 from 2016 is, now you have to find the actual profits here, 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 and actual profits here, 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 and then compare. And that's going to be time consuming. I'm going to see if we are going to do that. I'm just going to see if there is a shorter way, juicier way. And so think about this. Here the market share of C doubles. Fine. This USP falls, profitability halves. Fine. So here the numbers, this is, the price is same, profitability is same. This is boosted by 40%. 0.35 times 40, the number is going to be greater than 0.4. 20 times 1.4 is 0.28, this is greater. 15 times 1.4 is 0.21, this is also greater. A, B and D end up doing higher numbers in terms of actual numbers, not market share, than they did in the previous year. Their USP and their profitability percentage remain the same. So A, B, D, all three are going to have higher profits in 2017 than 2016. This works. Everything has only three choices. Cxqi, simply there, let us drop the price, increase market share strategy, does not work. Let's verify that. 1.4 times 32 is 0.42. 0.42 into 18 into 20% compared to 0.15 into 30 into 40%. I'm going to compare these two. So 0.15 into 40% is 0.15 into 0.4, which is 0.06 into 30, which is 1.8. 0.42 into 18 into 20%, or 0.42 into 20% is 0.084. 18 into 0.084. 18 4 is 72, 27. 18 each are 144. Plus 7, 151, 115, 5. This is 1.8, that is 1.512. So from 2016 to 17, Cxqi falls, whereas the other three increase. This is a complete table. The key thing here, we can answer a bunch of these questions. We can answer all 4 questions without getting to the entire table. So you could have just said, look, I'm going to shut my mind off, fill in everything, and then just answer the 4 questions in a hurry. That's possible, doable, simple numbers. You're given a calculator, or you can be street smart about it. Just compare numbers based on a feel for the numbers, and then get the answers right. Both methods will work fine. Get sufficient practice in comparing without computing. It's sometimes frightfully useful. Archery, 6 players: Tanzi, Umeza, Wangdu, Xyla, Yonita and Zeneca. TUWXYZ. No V. Okay. TUWXYZ competed in an archery tournament. The tournament had 3 compulsory rounds. Rounds 1, 2, 3. Okay. Good. In each round, player shot an arrow at a target, understandably. Hitting the center of the target, called bullseye, fetched 5 points. Highest score of 5. The only other possible scores a player could achieve were 4, 3, 2, 1. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 are the scores they could achieve. 5 is called bullseye. Every bullseye score in the first 3 rounds gave a player 1 additional chance to shoot in the bonus rounds, 4 to 6. The possible scores in rounds 4 to 6 were identical to the first 3. So if you get 3 bullseyes, you get 3 more shots. If you get no bullseye, you have only 3 rounds to play. So far, so good. A player's total score in the tournament was the sum of his or her scores in all rounds played by him or her. Wonderful. Add everything up. The table below presents partial information on points scored by the players after completion of the tournament. In the table, NP means that the player did not participate in that round, while a hyphen means that the player participated and the score information is missing. Wonderful. Now we'll have to really look at the table before we build further. So everybody played the first 3. Tanzi played 4 rounds, not 5 and 6. And she scored 1 bullseye in the first 3 rounds. Umeza scored 2 bullseyes in the first 3 rounds because she played 2. Wangdu has no bullseye, so this is less than 5. This is less than 5. Xyla had this also. She's had 3 bullseyes. Wonderful. So 5, 5, 5. Yonita had 1 bullseye. Zeneca had 2 bullseyes. 2 5s and something else. Tanzi, Umeza and Yonita had the same total score. Good. Probably not a good starting point. Good. Total scores for all players except one were in multiples of 3. They were all in multiples of 3. The highest score was 1 more than double that of the lowest score. If lowest score is n, highest score is 2n plus 1. The first takeaway is that it's an odd number. 2 into n plus 1. The highest score is an odd number. The number of players hitting bullseye in round 2 was double of that in round 3. The number of bullseyes here is 2 into number of bullseyes here. Tanzi and Zeneca had the same score in round 1 but different scores in round 3. So this were x, or z and z, y and y. Different ones here. And I think the I don't know, all 5 constraints, they don't give us anything. I would have loved it if said Yonita had scored 4 points in round 2. It would have been useful. T, U and Y had the same score. That's helpful. And so you played 5 rounds. Well, T and Y played only 4 rounds, which is had pretty modest round 4 and round 5. So I can understand the overall scores being, the sums being the same. Right? Highest score is likely to be Xyla. He's already got 21. You got 21 plus something. And whatever is here. 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5. So 22 to 26. One of those is the highest score. Right? If it were not Xyla, Tanzi could not have got even to 20. Tanzi and Umeza and Yonita are the same. Wangdu has not got any bullseye. You can get to 12 maybe. Zeneca is possible. Can Zeneca be higher than Xyla? Because Zeneca has 4 5s, 20. She could end up with 23. And Xyla could end up with 22. So Zeneca could be the highest. So X or Z could be the highest. What could be the highest score? It's an odd number. It could be 23, 25. It cannot be 27. It's 23 or 25. Brilliant. We've got something to work with. Let's start with that. Highest score is 23 or 25. Now, the lowest score were n, highest score would be 2n plus 1. This is 23. This is 11. If this is 25, this is 12. We can sense that the lowest score should be Wangdu, not anyone else. Because if these 3 are equal, they are likely to be more than 12. Right? And Zeneca has got 4 5s. Right? But is it 11 or 12? Remember, the highest total scores for all players except one were in multiples of 3. 23 and 25 are both not multiples of 3. So the highest score is not a multiple of 3. That much we know for sure. So every other score should be a multiple of 3. That means cannot be 11, or the highest is 25, which is Xyla. This should be 25. That means this is 4. Zeneca has got 4 5s, has got 20 definitely. Should be 21 or 24. That's her total. Right? Brilliant. We've got the total score for Xyla. We need to find the other constraints. So we've accommodated this in some form. We still use it, I think. Highest score, this we have accounted for. Tanzi and Zeneca had the same score in round 1 but different scores in round 3. We'll have to worry about this. We'll worry about this a little later on. And 25 is the highest. So far so good. Right. Total scores for all players except one were in multiples of 3. One of them scored 12. That much we know. Now 5 plus 4 is 9. Tanzi has got at least one more 5. Because there's got to be a 5 here. That will go to 14. So it's more than 14. So the one who scored the lowest is Wangdu. So Wangdu's total should be 12. Tanzi has got 14 plus something. Yonita has got 5 plus 3, 8 plus 5, 13 plus something. This is 14 plus something. This is 13 plus something. Right? But we need them to be multiples of. So Yonita would be 13 plus 1 score. Tanzi would be 14 plus 1 score. Umeza would have 2 5s. 5 plus 5, 10. 10 plus 1, 11 plus 2, 13 plus 1 score. All three of them should be equal and should be a multiple of 3. It cannot be 18 because that missing score cannot be 5, or the total is 15. 15, 15, 15. That's the total. Wonderful. So far, so good. So these two should be 4. That one was easy because the total should add up to 12. Fine. Now the missing scores for Tanzi are 5 and 1. For Umeza are 5, 5, 5 plus 5, 10, 11, 13, 2. Yonita would be 5 plus 3, 8 plus 5, 13 plus 2, 15. Wonderful. Zeneca, there is 2 5s sitting there, and the last one is either 1 or 4, because the total should be 21 or 24. So far, so good. Now let's think about this. The number of players hitting bullseye in round 2 was double that in round 3. In round 2 was double that in round 3. So this is 1, and this could be 2, or this is 2, and this could be 4. It cannot be 3 and 6, because all 6 don't score bullseye in round 2. That much we know. 1 and 2, 2 and 4. Now, 1 and 2 looks a little off. That's too few bullseyes. Because there are 2 bullseyes have to come for Zeneca and Umeza. Xyla has already got bullseyes in all 3. So if this is 1, this is 2, then there's no bullseye from any of the others. These 2 have to be bullseyes. These 2 have to be bullseyes. This has to be a bullseye. All other bullseyes have to come in round 2 and round 3. Round 2 and round 1. Nothing in round 3 because there's already been 1 bullseye. Let's check out that possibility. It looks like it is not likely. Right? So let's think about this. Suppose there is only 1 bullseye here. Then in that scenario, this should be a bullseye. This should be a bullseye. And this has to be a bullseye. This will be 1. These 2 are bullseyes. Right? So there'll be 1, 2, 3 bullseyes. That's not possible because there should be only 2 bullseyes in round 2. So this 1 and 2, that possibility is ruled out. Or round 3 should have 2 bullseyes. Round 2 should have 4 bullseyes. That always seem more likely. We've eliminated the other possibility. So 2 in round 3 and 4 in round 2. 4 bullseyes in round 2. There are 2 non-bullseyes. That means the other 4 need to be bullseyes. 5, 5, 5, 5. Now we can fill in Yonita's score completely. 5, 5, 3. 10 plus 3, 13. This is 2. Right. There's only 1 more bullseye here. Tanzi and Zeneca had the same score in round 1, but different scores in round 3. So if this were 5, had the same score in round 1, but different scores in round 3. If this were 5, this will not be 5. This will be different. Whereas these 2 should be equal. And so, if this were 5, this should be 1. That means this should be 1. Then this cannot be. This has to be 5. That condition will be violated. If round 3 for Tanzi were 5, then round 1 would have to be 1. Then Zeneca's round 1 would have to be 1. Then this has to be 5. And so, that is not possible. That means Tanzi did not score a 5. Here, Tanzi scored a 5 in round 1. Zeneca and Tanzi had the same score in round 1. This is 5. So, this is 1. And these should be nearly through. And so, 5 plus 5, 10. Plus 5, 15, 20. It should be 1 or 4. These 2 are different, so this should be 4. Brilliant. So these 2 are different, so this should be 4. So this adds up to 24. We've got everything but Umeza's score in round 1 and round 3. Now in round 2 there are 4 5s. In round 3 there's only 1 5. There should be 1 more 5, which should be this. This is 5. 5 plus 5, 10. Plus 1, 11. Plus 3, 13. 2 more, 15. With that we complete the entire grid. Fine. 4 bullseyes in round 2. 2 bullseyes in round 3. 3 in round 1. Xyla with the maximum at 25. Zeneca with a multiple of 3, 24. These 2 not equal to each other. These 2 equal to each other. All but Xyla being multiples of 3, 12 into 2 plus 1 being 25, all the conditions appear to be satisfied. And we should just jump onto the questions and just get them right. What are the highest score? 25, Xyla. One of the first inferences we made. What was Zeneca's total score? 24. Basically, it could have been 21 or 24. 24 fits properly. Which of the following statements is true? Zeneca's score was 23. No, it was 24. Zeneca was the highest scorer. No, it was Xyla. Xyla was the highest scorer. True. It was 23. No, it was 25. What was Tanzi's score in round 3? Round 3, Tanzi, 1, done. Once you've got the grid, completing it is very easy, but it's a tough set because too many constraints. You have to get the 25 and 12 going first, then these 3 being equal next. Then take that this has 2x as many bullseyes as this. Then get where the bullseyes are sitting in round 2 and round 3. Then make the inferences. This is a lovely set. And I looked at this set. I think I solved this in the exam. Been such a long time that I don't remember very clearly. If I'd be screaming at myself if I didn't try this, because some of the answers just jump out for this one. The sitter of a set. And so the following table represents the addition of two 6-digit numbers given in the first and second rows, while the sum was given in the third row. In the representation, each of the digits 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 has been coded with one letter among A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, J, K. No I going till K, with distinct letters representing distinct digits. Anytime you have two 6-digit numbers adding up to a 7-digit number, it makes our life super easy. But the first digit of the 7-digit number has to be 1. Think about it. You're adding even 9999 with 9999. It's got to be 1 something. 10,000 plus 10,000 is 20,000. If you're adding 3-digit numbers to get a 4-digit number, 4-digit number has to start with 1. 2 4-digit numbers to get a 5-digit number, 5-digit number has to start with 1. Very simple rule. Or A is 1. So this is 1, 1, this is 1, this is 1. Slew of ones. And so that makes life simple, delicious, easy. This is 1. So wonderful. So 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. F plus F is 1. F. 0, 0, 0 works. 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 4, 3, 3, 6, 4, 4, 8, 5, 5, 0, 6, 6, 2, 7, 7, 4. None of that works. Or we've got F also. We've just got two letters. But hey, think about this. We've got a giant portion of this grid completely filled because there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 A's and 1, 2, 3, 4 F's. So 6-digit, 6-digit, 7-digit. There are 19, of which we've got 10. We're more than halfway through just cracking 2 letters. And those 2 just screamed at us. And so there's one more here. This should also be 0. 1 plus 0 gives us something. It cannot be the same. They stand for distinct digits. So there's got to be 1 carried over here. This is 2. Wonderful. This is as easy as it gets. And so now A is 1, J is something, G is something. H plus H is an even number. So if it had been a carryover, it would have become odd. So there's no carryover. So H plus H is not having a carryover. H plus H ends in 0, or H plus H should have been 10. We have 5 plus 5, 10, 0, and a 1 carried over. And so 1 plus 1, 2. 2 plus something should give us 1 with 1 carried over. So this number is 9. We are practically through. A is 1. F is 0. H is 5. B is 9. C is 2. What is G plus K equal to? There's a 1 here. G plus K should be 11. And so it is 11. It could be 2 and 9, 3 and 8, 4 and 7, 5 and 6. All 4 are possible right now, but maybe we can eliminate some straight away. C is 2, so G and K cannot be 2. H is 5, so G and K cannot be 5. So can we eliminate 3, 8, 4, 7 also? I'm not able to find a 3, 8 and a 4, 7. And so we're just going step by step. This got filled everything out. This is 9, 5, 5, 1J. Everything is good so far. So G plus K is 11. So there'll be 1 carried over. 1 plus 1 is 2. 1 plus J is G. We know that G and K are 3, 8 and 4, 7. 2, 9 and 5, 6 have been ruled out already. 3, 8 and 4, 7. So this could be 3. This could be 8. Or it could be 8 and 3. 4, 7, 7, 4. If G were 3, then J would have to be 2. Hang on, wait a second. J cannot be 2 because C is already 2. So this possibility is ruled out. If G were 8, suppose we say G is 8, then we can say K is 3, and we can say J is 7. Nothing is wrong here. 8, 3, 7 works. G could be 4, in which case K would be 7, and J would be 3. This is also fine. And then no other letter that is 7 or 3. Or G could be 7, which case K would be 4, J would be 6. 6 is also not taken by anything. We have so far only nailed 0, 1, 2, 5, 9. So the numbers that are remaining are 6, 7, 8, 3, 4. So 8, 3, 7 is possible. 4, 7, 3 is possible. 7, 4, 6 is possible. What was not possible was 3, 8, 2. So that we have eliminated. So all 3 are possible now. Brilliant. So this is not possible. 4, 3, 7 is possible. 8, 7, 3 is possible. 7, 6, 4 is possible. And we've got most of this. And we've got a couple of 3 combinations for GKJ. Let's go and answer this question. Which digit does the letter A represent? A is 1. We've done this. First thing that we inferred. What does B represent? B is 9. Only then the carryover idea works. Again, a very easy question. 3, 4, 6, 7 cannot be represented by the letter D. And so, remember, we've got A is 1, F is 0, B is 9, C is 2. And so we've got these 4, 1, 0, 9, 2. Fine. And we've got H is 5. G, K, J is saying this could be 4, 7, 3. Or it could be 8, 3, 7. Or it could be 7, 4, 6. Wonderful. Which among the digits 3, 4, 6 and 7 cannot be represented by the letter D? Right, so think about this. In all of these sequences, here, here and here, what features for sure? That means GKJ has to be one of those 3. The other letter D cannot be that number. 7 sits here, here and here. Or 7 is not equal to D. D cannot be 7. D could be 3, in which case GKJ could be this. D could be 4, in which case GKJ could be this. D could be 6, in which case GKJ could be this or this. But D cannot be 7. One of G, K or J has to be 7, or the answer is 7. Which among the following digits 4, 6, 7, 8 cannot be represented by the letter G? We had 4 and 7, 7, 4. We had 3, 8, 8, 3. 6 is not even possible. If this were 6, this has to be 5. H is 5. So K cannot be 5. G cannot be 6. 6 is the answer. G cannot be 6. So 6, it is not possible for it to be 6. A fabulous set. And so take it all in, because the data here is tough to wrap the head around. Right? 10 players are listed in the table below. Participated 10 players as listed in the table below. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. Thank God. participated in a rifle shooting competition comprising 10 rounds, not comprising of. Each round had 6 participants. Players numbered 1 through 6 participated in round 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 participated in round 1. 2 through 7 in round 2, 2 to 7. 3 to 8, 4 to 9, 5 to 10. And then 6 to 10 and 1. So 6 cyclic. 7 to 10, 1, 2. And so on. So it will be 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3. Round 9 will be 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4. Round 10 will be 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It says points after round 6, points after round 10. And Amita, the first player, would have played in round 1. And then round 2, 3, 4, 5, she wouldn't have played. Because 2 to 7 is one round, 3 to 8 is one round, 4 to 9, 5 to 10. In none of that Amita plays. And then back to round 6, round 7, round 8, round 9, round 10. Bala would have played in round 1, round 2, and then round 7, round 8, round 9, round 10, and so on. We can make those inferences. And very clearly, step by step, we can make those inferences. These are total points after round 1, total points after round 10. Now, how is the scoring system? The top 3 performances in each round were awarded 7, 3, and 1 point respectively. Wonderful. 7, 3, and 1. There were no ties in any of the 10 rounds. So there is a 7, the 3, and a 1. The table above gives the total number of points obtained by the 10 players after round 6 and round 10. The following information is known about rounds 1 through 6. Gordon did not score consecutively in any 2 rounds. Eric and Fatima both scored in a round. The following information is known about rounds 7 through 10. Only 2 players scored in 3 consecutive rounds. One of them was Chen. No other player scored in any 2 consecutive rounds. Okay, interesting. 2 have streaks of 3 rounds. Nobody scored in all 4. Joshin scored in round 7 and Amita scored in round 10. And lot of information to take in. We'll have to continuously keep looking at the table and then making our inferences. So I'm going to capture the table. And so round 1, round 2, round 3, all the way till round 10. Amita scored in round 1, round 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And so points after round 6 is 8. Then round 1 and round 6, this should be 7 plus 1 in some form. Right? 7, 8, 9, 10. The last 4 rounds is played in all 4, giving him 10 points. It cannot be 3, 3, 3, 1 because nobody scores and everything. It should be 7, 3, 1. We can make inferences like this for each player. And so now we need to have a plan for this, and we cannot just go making each of these inferences. Let's look at the constraints. And Gordon did not score consecutively in any 2 rounds. Now Gordon scored 17 points after round 6. Gordon is going to play in rounds 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's not going to be there in round 1. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These 6. He gets 17 points. Round 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He gets 17 points. And then he doesn't get anything here. In round 7, he doesn't score anything. He did not score in consecutively any 2 rounds. Or what does it tell us? Brilliant. It tells us clearly that 17 is a big number. He's getting in 3 matches only. Maximum of 3. So he has to have scored this has to be a 7, 7, 3. He's not scoring in round 3. He's not scoring in round 5. Rounds 2, 4, and 6. Gordon is first in 2, 4, and 6. First, second in 2, 4, and 6. This is Gordon. I'm not saying is second. I'm saying Gordon is there in round 2, round 4, round 6. 2 sevens and a 3 sitting there. Right? Now, the 7 is a big number. So some of these guys have never come first. Bala has not come first in the first round. Not come first ever. Chen has not come first. David has not come first. Eric has not come first. Fatima could have come first. Gordon has come first. Hansa, Ikea, they have not come first. At a stretch, there's only Fatima and Gordon. Very interesting inference. So round 2 and round 4, round 4, round 6. Two of these 3 Gordon has come first. Round 2, if you look at it, that is 2, 3, 6, 3, 10, 17. Only 2 possibilities. Fatima and Gordon could have come first. Round 3, again only Fatima and Gordon. Round 4, again only Fatima and Gordon. So rounds 2, 3, 4, the first places have to be Fatima and Gordon. Fatima could have come first only in one of them. So she should have come first in round 3. And Gordon should have come first in round 2 and round 4. And round 6, Gordon is second. The 7-point thing is a giant number. A large leap. 7, 1, 3 and then 7. So 7 could be a brilliant starting point. And there's a 17 sitting here. This is given us that Gordon has won this, has come second in this, and Fatima has come first in this. Now let's look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The first round, round 1. One of these guys has got 7 points, not Fatima, or A should be here. That means in round 6, A should be third. Now let's look at Joshin. Joshin has got 14 points. This looks like it is 7 plus 7. After round 6, he's got 14 points. He wouldn't have played in round 1, 2, 3, 4. Because 4 to 9 is one round. He's played only in rounds 5 and 6. Both of them he has won. J. Brilliant. So we've accounted for a bunch of these first place finishes. Let's fill all of those in. And now I'm going to chase all the first positions. This we already know is A. We know these are GG and G, 2 Joshes. Now Eric has gone from 3 points to 10 points. There's a plus 7 here. After round 6, so Eric would have been there in round 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, not in 6. And then in round 10. 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. After round 6, Eric is not in round 7, round 8 or round 9. Only in round 10, Eric is playing. Or round 10 is won by Eric. Now, IKEA goes from 2 to 17 in 4 rounds. The 7, 8, 9, 10. IKEA will be there in round 7, round 8 and round 9. Will not be there in round 10. And IKEA will be present in rounds 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The 7, 8, 9, these 3 rounds alone account for 17. Or account for 15. This is 7, 7, 1 from IKEA in R7, R8, R9. Brilliant. R7, R8, R9. This is 7, 7, 1. Right? So out of these 3, IKEA has won 2 of those. Who should have won the last one? That should be Amita. But Amita could have won any one of these 3. It could be IIA, IAI, AII. All 3 are possible. At least that's how it looks right now. Maybe we'll figure out some detail later on. Right? We filled in Eric. So Eric is first in R10. First in 2 out of R7, R8 and R9. The other one is going to be Amita. And so here there's IIA in some order. Right. Now let's look at the other things. We've almost filled all the 7 pointers. Now come to Bala. Bala has played round 1 and round 2. Would not have played round 3, 4, 5, 6. He's played round 7, 8, 9, 10. Round 1 and round 2. You got 2 points. This is Bala. This is Bala. Chen has gone from, he's played after round 6. He would have played in rounds 1, 2 and 3. And then not played in round 4, round 5, round 6, round 7. Played in rounds 8, 9, 10. Brilliant. He gets 3 points in the first 3 rounds, 3 points in the last 3 rounds. We also know that only 2 players scored in 3 consecutive rounds. One of them was Shen. So Shen has scored in 3 consecutive rounds from 7 through 10. He plays only 8, 9, 10. Be Shen, Shen, Shen. 1, 1, 1. This is filling out quite nicely. And so we filled out the top row, the 7 points row. We know the missing 3 are I and A in some order. We do not yet know the order. Right? So we know that IKEA in rounds R7, R8, R9 as I, 7, 7, 1 in some order. We don't know which order. 7, 7, 1 is how that is going to be. Fine. So far so good. We've compiled all the basic information. Now let's see where else weakness sits. And so Eric Joshin scored in round 7. Well, Amita scored in round 10. Amita scored in round 10. Amita should have been here. Okay. Joshin scored in round 7. Joshin goes from 14 to 17 in 7, 8, 9, 10. In round 7, he scored. It cannot be 1, 1, 1. So Joshin should be here. J. Okay. Joshin scored in round 7. This should be J. And Amita scored in round 10. This should be A. And Amita scored 8 points. So this should be A. I already put that in. IKEA scored 17. So 7, 7, 1 in some order. R7, R8 and R9. R8 and R9, the 1 is taken. This should be I here. I here, I here. This should be A. Now we can consolidate. The 7 rows are completely filled. Amita scored 8 points after the first 6 rounds. Yeah, that's accounted for. 18 totally. That's also accounted for. Amita is totally accounted for. Bala scored 2 points after round 6 and then 5. So R7, R8, R9, R10. R7, R8, R9, R10. So in one of these two, Bala has got second in R8 or R9. Chen has got CCC. And in the first 3 rounds, he should have 1 second place position. David, first round, one of the first 4 rounds, he scored 6. Round 9, round 10, he's got nothing. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 9, 10 he plays. 1, 2, 3, 4, he couldn't have got 6 ones. He couldn't have got 3, 1, 1, 1, 1. Not possible. There's no room for 3 ones for David. So he's got 2 second positions in round 1 to round 4. Eric has got a 3 and a 7. So Eric has got a 7 here. After round 6, he's got 3 points. There's got to be 1 second position thing. So he's participating in round 1 to 5. That all 3 can be E, which looks unlikely. Or there could be 1 second position thing. So far we are not getting anywhere. Brilliant. These two, 1 third position and 2 third positions. That could give us something. So let's chase that. IKEA has got 2 second positions in the first 6 rounds. After round 6. IKEA would not have played in round 1, 1 to 6, 2 to 7, 3 to 8. None of that. 4 to 9, 5 to 10, 6 to 1. These 3 IKEA would have played. So 4, 5 and 6. He's got 2 1s. Or this is I. This is I. Now we can move to Hansa. Hansa has got 1 third place finish. Starting from round 3 onwards. Till round 6, he got 1. So this has got to be H. We know that Fatima and Eric both scored in a round. So there is Fatima here. This should be Eric. But now we are almost done. So now we know that David has 3 points in 2 rounds in R1, R2, R4. Chen has 3 points in 1 round from R1 and R2. So David in 2 rounds, Chen in 1 round. In R1, R2 and R4. Out of R1 and R2, Shen has 1. Out of R1, R2 and R4, David has 3. Or this has to be David. Out of these two, one is Shen, the other is David. What should this be? Fatima has a 1 7-point finish in round. Fatima has 6. Round 1 to 6, she has 1 7-point thing. This has got to be Fatima. And finally, this is C/D, D/C. One of those two is David, the other is Shen. It's a brilliant set. It's very useful to work with either the 7s first or fill in whatever you know easily first and then work around that. Very challenging, very time consuming. Very challenging, very time consuming. And I noticed that we have not yet filled these two. I thought we had filled this part completely. Let's look at this. So there has got to be R8 and R9, round 8 and round 9. One of those has to be Bala, who's got a 3rd place finish. Bala would play in round 8 and round 9. It's not Shen. It's not David. Who else? Hansa. Hansa gets 1 2nd place finish. Hansa is going to be there in round 8, but not in round 9. So this is Hansa. The remaining part is Bala. Brilliant. Now we have filled the entire thing. Very challenging set. We worked with 7-pointers first and then went step by step to complete everything. Now we have filled the entire grid. The question should be solvable, but very challenging set. What were the scores of Chen, David and Eric respectively after round 3? After round 3, Shen has 1 2nd place finish, 3 points. David has 1 2nd place finish, 3 points. Eric has 1 2nd place finish, 3 points. Nothing else. Nobody's in the 1st place, nobody's in the 3rd place. 3 3 3 is our answer. Done. Which 3 players were in the last 3 positions after round 4? After round 4. In round 1, 1 to 6 will play. In round 2, 2 to 7 will play. In round 3, 3 to 8 will play. In round 4, 4 to 9 will play. Or the person in 10th position has not even played. That is J. J is at 0. And so J is definitely there. Joshin is definitely there. This choice is out. This choice is out. After that, I is likely to be there, which is there in both choices. I has got 1 last place finish, nothing else. Then H is likely to be there. It is between Hansa and Bala. Hansa has got 1 last place finish, Bala has got 2. So Hansa it is HIJ. These guys are likely to have played the least number of games. Joshin has not played any game. IK has played only 1. Hansa has played only 2. Therefore, they are likely to be the suspects which have got least number of points. Which player scored points in maximum number of rounds? Joshin. Joshin has played in R5, R6. Started only from R5. R5, R6, R7, R8, R9, R10 is where Joshin played. round 7 also, nowhere else. 3. Shen is here, and 3 places here. 4. I is here in these two, this and this. 5. Oh, I think we have a winner. Ankita, A is present in 1, 2, 3, 4, only 4. IK is present in 5 different rounds. That's the answer we are looking for. Which player scored points in the last round? EAC. A, B, C, A, C, D, A, E, J, A, C, E is the right answer. Once you've got the grid, the questions are very easy, but otherwise a very, very, very challenging question. Wonderfully challenging question. This is a lovely set. And I looked at this set. I think I solved this in the exam. Been such a long time that I don't remember very clearly. If I'd be screaming at myself if I didn't try this, because some of the answers just jump out for this one. The sitter of a set. And so the following table represents the addition of two 6-digit numbers given in the first and second rows, while the sum was given in the third row. In the representation, each of the digits 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 has been coded with one letter among A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, J, K. No I going till K, with distinct letters representing distinct digits. Anytime you have two 6-digit numbers adding up to a 7-digit number, it makes our life super easy. But the first digit of the 7-digit number has to be 1. Think about it. You're adding even 9999 with 9999. It's got to be 1 something. 10,000 plus 10,000 is 20,000. If you're adding 3-digit numbers to get a 4-digit number, 4-digit number has to start with 1. 2 4-digit numbers to get a 5-digit number, 5-digit number has to start with 1. Very simple rule. Or A is 1. So this is 1, 1, this is 1, this is 1. Slew of ones. And so that makes life simple, delicious, easy. This is 1. So wonderful. So 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. F plus F is 1. F. 0, 0, 0 works. 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 4, 3, 3, 6, 4, 4, 8, 5, 5, 0, 6, 6, 2, 7, 7, 4. None of that works. Or we've got F also. We've just got two letters. But hey, think about this. We've got a giant portion of this grid completely filled, because there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 A's and 1, 2, 3, 4 F's. So 6-digit, 6-digit, 7-digit, there are 19, of which we've got 10. We're more than halfway through just cracking 2 letters, and those 2 just screamed at us. And so there's one more here. This should also be 0. 1 plus 0 gives us something. It cannot be the same. They stand for distinct digits. So there's got to be 1 carried over here. This is 2. Wonderful. This is as easy as it gets. And so now A is 1, J is something, G is something. H plus H is an even number. So if it had been a carryover, it would have become odd. So there's no carryover. So H plus H is not having a carryover. H plus H ends in 0, or H plus H should have been 10. We have 5 plus 5. 10. 0 and a 1 carried over. And so 1 plus 1, 2. 2 plus something should give us 1 with 1 carried over. So this number is 9. We are practically through. A is 1. F is 0. H is 5. B is 9. C is 2. What is G plus K equal to? There's a 1 here. G plus K should be 11. And so it is 11. It's going to be 2 and 9, 3 and 8, 4 and 7, 5 and 6. All 4 are possible right now, but maybe we can eliminate some straight away. C is 2, so G and K cannot be 2. H is 5, so G and K cannot be 5. So can we eliminate 3, 8, 4, 7 also? I'm not able to find a 3, 8 and a 4, 7. And so I'm just going step by step. This got filled everything out. This is 9, 5, 5, 1, J. Everything is good so far. So G plus K is 11. So there'll be 1 carried over. 1 plus 1 is 2. 1 plus J is G. We know that G and K are 3, 8 and 4, 7. 2, 9 and 5, 6 have been ruled out already. 3, 8 and 4, 7. So this could be 3, this could be 8, or it could be 8 and 3, 4, 7, 7, 4. If G were 3, then J would have to be 2. Hang on, wait a second. J cannot be 2 because C is already 2. So this possibility is ruled out. If G were 8, suppose we say G is 8, then we can say K is 3, and we can say J is 7. Nothing is wrong here. 8, 3, 7 works. G could be 4, in which case K would be 7, and J would be 3. This is also fine. There is no other letter that is 7 or 3. Or G could be 7, which case K would be 4, J would be 6. 6 is also not taken by anything. We have so far only nailed 0, 1, 2, 5, 9. So the numbers that are remaining are 6, 7, 8, 3, 4. So 8, 3, 7 is possible. 4, 7, 3 is possible. 7, 4, 6 is possible. What was not possible was 3, 8, 2. So that we have eliminated. So all 3 are possible now. Brilliant. So this is not possible. 4, 3, 7 is possible. 8, 7, 3 is possible. 7, 6, 4 is possible. And we've got most of this. And we've got a couple of 3 combinations for GKJ. Let's go and answer this question. Which digit does the letter A represent? A is 1. We've done this. First thing that we inferred. What does B represent? B is 9. Only then the carryover idea works. Again, a very easy question. 3, 4, 6, 7 cannot be represented by the letter D. And so, remember, we've got A is 1, F is 0, B is 9, C is 2. And so we've got these 4, 1, 0, 9, 2. Fine. And we've got H is 5. G, K, J is saying this could be 4, 7, 3. Or it could be 8, 3, 7. Or it could be 7, 4, 6. Wonderful. Which among the digits 3, 4, 6 and 7 cannot be represented by the letter D? Right, so think about this. In all of these sequences, here, here and here, what features for sure? That means GKJ has to be one of those 3. The other letter D cannot be that number. 7 sits here, here and here. Or 7 is not equal to D. D cannot be 7. D could be 3, in which case GKJ could be this. D could be 4, in which case GKJ could be this. D could be 6, in which case GKJ could be this or this. But D cannot be 7. One of G, K or J has to be 7, or the answer is 7. Which among the following digits 4, 6, 7, 8 cannot be represented by the letter G? We had 4 and 7, 7, 4. We had 3, 8, 8, 3. 6 is not even possible. If this were 6, this has to be 5. H is 5. So K cannot be 5. G cannot be 6. 6 is the answer. G cannot be 6. So 6, it is not possible for it to be 6. Funky Pizzeria was required to supply pizzas to 3 different parties. The total number of pizzas it had to deliver was 800. 70% of which was to be delivered to party 3 and the rest equally divided between party 1 and 2. Pizzas could be of thin crust or deep dish and come in either normal cheese or extra cheese versions. Hence, there are 4 types of pizzas: TNC, TEC, DNC, and DEC. And wonderful. So he has ripped this 800 apart into 3 parties and into 4 different classifications. And so in all of these DILR type sessions, we don't even know whether they are considering this as data interpretation or logical reasoning.
This is a heavy duty math based puzzle. You're going to do a lot of ratio percentages and solving and getting numbers in, and then going on to solving and getting the answers. And so this is not even a puzzle, more math than anything else. And so if you look at the numbers, saying out of 800, 70% was party 3, 70% of 800, 560, right? And remaining 2 equally, that will be so 120, 120. So 800 minus 560 is 240, 120, 120 each for party 1 and 2. And so these fractions, these decimals are interesting. So 0.6, 0.55, 0.3, 0.65, 0.375, 0.52. And so these are all fractions of the overall numbers. Remember, there are 2 different classifications. And so thin crust and deep dish is one classification. Normal cheese and extra cheese is another classification. What you've been given as thin crust, the remaining will be deep dish. The most important of these numbers for me is 0.375. And 0.375 into 800 is vague. It's tough to calculate. 0.375 as a fraction. What is 0.375 as a fraction? What is 0.125 as a fraction? 0.5 as a fraction? 1 by 2. 0.25? 1 by 4. 0.125? 1 by 8. 0.375? 0.125 is 1 by 8. 3 by 8. 3 times that. So you'll have to get really comfortable with decimals, fractions, and percentages. And there's quite some way to go. We're obviously not done that level of practice sitting now. There's a long way to the exam. But when you're doing these sets, if you can look at that 0.375 and your mind thinks, oh, 3 by 8, 300. So the total number there for thin crust is 300. So you should read that 0.375 and go, look, 300, I've got this. So non-thin crust, just deep dish is 500 remaining. And so if you can think of numbers in terms of decimals, fractions, and percentages kind of seamlessly, life becomes incredibly easier. You can think of that 0.375 and go 300. 3/8 of 800. Therefore 300. If you can make that connection, then this grid kind of fills itself that little bit easier. And in all of these puzzle type of thing, it's very important to get the overall picture. 3 parties, 1, 2, and 3, 120, 120, 560. In each of these 3 parties, we have thin crust and deep dish. We have to get those numbers. We have normal cheese and extra cheese. We have to get those numbers. But if you get all these data points, you can. This question is going to be a breeze. And so I'm going to work towards that. These are the questions. We'll come to the questions right at the end after getting some amount of detail in. Some numbers in place. 70% of 800 is 560. Remaining is split equally 120, 120. And that we have got. 0.6 is 3 by 5. 0.55 is 11 by 20. 0.3 is 3 by 10. These are regular fractions. The most interesting of these fractions is 0.375, which is 3 by 8. And so now I'm going to create this grid. And so I'm going to basically take the all of this data given and put it into 2 tables. I'm going to say thin crust and deep dish, normal and extra cheese. The total party 1, party 2, party 3, and total overall numbers we know. But we're going to classify and fill in numbers for each of these classifications. Right? So how do we do that? We're told that thin crust is 0.6, 0.6 of 120. We know that. 0.6 of 120. What is 0.6 of 120? 0.6 into 120. 72. Remaining should be out of 120, 72, 48. 0.55 of 120. What is 0.5 of 120? 60. 60 plus 6. This will be 66. This will be this number we've already got 300. So we can get this. This number remaining therefore should be 500. Therefore we can get this. So this side we fill completely. So it's thin crust and deep dish. This side normal cheese and extra cheese. We know this is 0.3 of 120, which is 0.3 times 120. 36. 3 by 10 into 120. 36. Remaining is 120 minus 36. 84. 0.65 of 560. That's tougher to find out. So that's 13 520 into 560. Or 13 into 28. Whatever that turns out to be. And so that goes here. 0.52 into 800. 52 into 8. Whatever that is. That goes here. Once we know these 3 numbers, we can find this number. Once we know this number, we can find this. We know these three, we can find these three. So now we know that the whole grid can be filled. So this is 72, 66, going step by step based on whatever we know. This we don't know, 36, 364, 416. 364 plus 36 is 400. 416 totally, remaining should be 16. This is 416, remaining is 384. 196 plus 84, remaining goes here. The other way of thinking about this number should be 120 minus 16. Total party 1 is 120, out of which 16 is normal cheese. The remaining should be extra cheese, that is 104. So 104 plus 84 plus 196 should add up to 384. It doesn't, something wrong with the numbers, we go back and fix it again. And so once you've got this whole grid, all numbers filled in, we know this is 48, this is 54, this is 300 minus 72 minus 66 here, this is 500 minus 48 minus 54 here. Once you've got this whole grid filled in and this whole grid filled in, then solving the rest of it becomes easier. So this is a puzzle, but this is very much a mathematical puzzle. All you need to do is work fractions and decimals, nothing more than that. Once you fill the entire grid, this becomes very simple. And so we've got all numbers here. We know party 1 thin crust, party 1 deep dish, party 2, party 3, and normal cheese and extra cheese for all three parties and overall numbers. So you've got the entire data set on a platter. And you need to be, this is a math question, just 4 math questions masquerading as a DILR set. If you know your percentages and your decimals and fractions, we're just writing this straight away. There's nothing here. Okay? So how many thin crust pizzas were delivered to party 3? Party 3, thin crust, 162. Done. Straightforward. Once you've got the whole grid, all we are doing is writing down the answer. Nothing more than that. How many normal cheese pizzas were required to be delivered to party 1? Party 1, normal cheese pizzas. Once you've got those two tables, these two questions kind of answer themselves. All you need to do is look at the question, write down the answer. Nothing to solve. Practically nothing to solve. Right? It gets trickier after that. One feature that we saw in almost all the DILR set, the two questions were straightforward. You got it from just filling the grid. And then for the two more, you had to do something a little bit extra, something more than that. So we had to go back and push that there. So let's see what that something extra is, what this question asks for. For party 2, if 50% of the normal cheese pizzas were of thin crust variety, what is the difference between thin crust extra cheese and deep dish extra cheese? So 50% of normal cheese were of thin crust variety. So let's look at this. This is party 2. 50% of normal cheese pizzas were of thin crust variety. 50% of 36 were thin crust. So 18 were thin crust. And remaining 18 were deep dish. Right? So out of this 66, 18 were normal cheese, remaining were extra cheese. Out of this 54, 18 were normal cheese, remaining were extra cheese. So think of what you're doing here. We take the normal cheese data, we have broken that into thin crust and deep dish, and then we go to thin crust and deep dish and break that down into normal cheese and extra cheese. And so we know that 36 normal cheese pizzas are available, of which 18 are thin crust and 18 are deep dish. Now we go to the thin crust number, and we know of that 18 are normal cheese, the remaining are extra cheese. Of this 54, 18 are normal cheese, the remaining are extra cheese. The question asks us, what is the difference between the number of thin crust extra cheese and deep dish extra cheese? Thin crust, there are 66 totally. So extra cheese will be 66 minus 18, which is 48. Here 54 totally, 54 minus 18, which is 36. So we have thin crust extra cheese to be 48, deep dish extra cheese to be 36. The difference between these two is 12. That's the answer you're looking for. And so wonderful question. Nothing puzzle solving about it. It's pure mathematics, nothing else. Find the path we are following here. 50% of 36 is thin crust. Remaining is deep dish. So 18 thin crust and 18 deep dish. So we go back to thin crust And then within that, we classify as normal cheese and extra cheese. We go to deep dish and then break it as normal cheese and extra cheese. So we find normal cheese, thin crust, extra cheese, thin crust, and extra cheese, deep dish, and then find this difference. Lot of computation, but nothing dramatic. You need to go step by step and find each number, one number at a time, and plug this in. This is a classic percentages, fractions, decimal question. There's nothing data interpretation wise or logical reasoning wise here. We're not solving a puzzle. We found that grid and then we're plugging in numbers and getting the answer. Let's go to the last one. Suppose that a thin crust normal cheese pizza costs as much as deep dish normal cheese, but 3/5 of the price of a DEC. A DEC pizza costs 50 rupees more than a TEC, and the latter costs rupees 500. So I'm going to start with a number here. The TEC cost rupees 500. I don't even recall the numbers or the percentages given. The terminology is very weak, very vague. But I know TEC cost 500. Let's start with that. That's where the number is given. How much does a DEC cost? $550, 50 rupees more than TEC. Now your DNC costs 3/5 of DEC, which will be 330. This is 3/5 into 550. And then TNC, this again is 330. That's cost the same as DNC. So 500, 550, 330, 330. Those are the numbers that we're dealing with. And so we know the price of all 4 categories of pizzas. Next up, 25% of normal cheese pizzas delivered to party 1 were of deep dish. What is the total bill for party 1? We know we can find the bill. We find the exact number of pizzas in each of these categories. And so 25% of normal cheese were of deep dish categories. So let's go back to the number. We're looking at party 1. We're looking at 25% of normal cheese pizzas were of deep dish variety. So 25% of normal cheese, this is 4. 25% of 16, 1/4 of 16. That is 4 were of deep dish category. Remaining 12 would have been thin crust. And so 25% of normal cheese pizzas were of deep dish. Remaining 12 are thin crust. So out of these 48, 4 are normal cheese. So remaining 44 should be extra cheese. Out of this 72, 12 are normal cheese. Remaining 60 should be extra cheese. Now we have all 4 categories. We can find thin crust extra cheese, thin crust normal cheese, deep dish extra cheese, deep dish normal cheese. All 4 we can find exact number of quantities delivered. And we know the exact prices. Multiply these, add them up, you get the answer. In all of these questions, it's very important to crack the method and then go to the computation part. Because for the computation part, you're going to be handed a calculator on a platter. And so the multiplying part is taken care of. Right? You still need to be comfortable with your 25% and 20% and your 0.375. Only then you get a sense of where the numbers are. You still need to have an intuitive sense of numbers. That's very vital. And there's no negotiating, there's no bargaining with you. You have to know that chunk, right? But the hardcore computation part to get to the answer, that you don't need to worry about. You're being given a calculator. So let's write down these numbers. I'm not going to do the actual multiplication. Thin crust extra cheese is 60. Thin crust normal cheese is 12. Deep dish extra cheese is 44. Deep dish normal cheese is 4. We know all 4 prices. We know all 4 quantities. Multiply, get that, and you get the final answer. I'm not going to do that part. That part is simple enough. And so these are classic questions in percentages, fractions, and decimals. To some extent, you get these kind of questions in ratio proportions as well, as far as your quant is concerned. It's effectively 4 quant questions masquerading as a puzzle. Right? So quite a few of the DILR puzzles that have been given last year are heavily mathematical. And so for which using the calculator part is useful. But if you know even this question, you're using the calculator only for the last step. Otherwise, multiplying by your 0.3, 0.6 and finding a 0.375, you cannot afford to go back to the calculator for that. One is you're typing in and getting the detail. That's an issue. 2, your sense of what this number is disappears. You can think of that 0.375 and 3/8. You're putting the total as 300, remaining is 500. You're able to imagine 800 as 300 and 500 of these two categories. Then that gives you a sense of the overall picture and how it is broken. That's very important. If you have to type in 0.375 into 800 and then compute that number and then do 800 minus 300 and find the other number, your intuitive sense of where the numbers are going becomes very tricky. And if that is not there, filling these two tables becomes very tough. This question completely rests on how are you going to fill these two tables. And so party 1, party 2, party 3, thin crust and deep dish, normal cheese, extra cheese. I get this detail completely in. Then I can do every other variant from there, simply enough. And so it's a very challenging set. In terms of the benchmark, in terms of speed, how quickly you should do this, how well you should compute to do this. There were 8 sets in the exam in a given time frame of about 1 hour. If you had got 16 questions, you've got 99.5 plus percentile. 99.6, 99.7, that's what you're looking at. You get 16 questions right, that is 4 sets. If you take about 15, 16 minutes to a set, get 4 sets, get all of them right, you're going to be in the top 0.3 percentile of people who are taking this exam. So that's the benchmark you're looking at. If you get 10, 11 questions right, you're still close to 98, 97 percentile. So again, the top 2% of people taking this exam. To do 10, 11 or 12 questions right, you're looking at 3 sets. That means you can take 20 minutes to a set and then finish it off. You notice we have taken about 15, 16 minutes to this set. That's partly because we're discussing and solving this and articulating it. If you've done this on your own, done this methodically, this is very crackable in the 12, 13 minute time frame. Maybe 15, 16, but not more than that. So if you locate this correctly and do it methodically and get it right, this is gold. You do 3 sets like this, you're looking at 97, 98%. And so DILR was tough, but it's not so impossibly tough that you cannot do anything in this. This set with very little background in DILR practice or in math, you could have gone about it slowly, methodically, and gotten it right. What is important is to have the confidence and belief and do it methodically. What is also important is to have that edge where you say, look, 0.3753 by 8, I'm going bam, bam, bam. If you've not done gazillion questions in practice, one, you don't have that edge to do a 0.6 into 120 and write it down as 72. You will want a calculator or you will want to be very sure about it and verify and multiply. You're in trouble. 0.6 into 120 is 72. You shouldn't have to compute it. 0.375 is 3 by 8. Of 800 is 300. You have to write it, not figure it out. So do lots and lots and lots of questions in order to get that part automatically in. If you're sitting and solving and figuring out for that, you get murdered. This last bit where you have to multiply those two numbers and get to the total, that is fine. But otherwise, you can't stop and pause and think. So do lots and lots and lots of practice in pure math and pure solving part in order to automate some part of these processes. That is very vital. That's where the practice backbone comes into play. One is you have to calculate all of that. It takes time. 2 is it takes energy. You get drained out. You're not confident of your multiplication. One of those numbers, instead of 0.72, you've written 0.75. And then you do 2 more steps. You get that one of these has to be 50% of 75. That's 37.5 pizzas. You're worried. And so you go back and do everything. You realize that mistake, plug it. You're 6 minutes down and you're panicking. And so doing the drill is very vital, not just for saving time, but for being confident about the way you multiply and divide your numbers. That is very vital. So do lots and lots of practice just to fill that gap. 10 objects, O1, O2, O3 till O10 were distributed among Amar, Barat, Charles, Disha and Elise. So 5 people, 10 objects. Each item went to exactly 1 person. Each person got exactly 2 of the items. And this pair of objects is called her or his bundle. So if Elise gets O2 and O7, O2 and O7 is Elise's bundle. The following table shows how each person values each object. Numbers going from 4 to 10. There's also a 3 sitting here. Nice. But we can't really make sense of this. So we need to read more before we draw any conclusion. The value of any bundle by a person is the sum of that person's values of the objects in that bundle. Nice. A person X envies another person Y if X values Y's bundle more than X's own bundle. Remember, a person X envies another person Y if X values Y's bundle more than X's own bundle. For example, hypothetically, suppose Amar's bundle consists O1 and O2 and Bharat's bundle O3 and O4. Amar has this. Oops. Amar has O1 and O2. Barat has O3 and O2. Fine. Let's do this. Then Amar values his own bundle at 4 plus 9, 13, and Bharat's bundle as 12. Hence, Amar does not envy Barat. On the other hand, Barat values his own bundle at 7 plus 5, 12, and Amar's bundle at 9 plus 5, 14. Nice. Barat values his bundle at 12 and Amar's bundle at 14. So we'll have to think about Barat valuing Amar's bundle. So Barat does not see these numbers. Barat can see only these numbers. Barat knows Amar has got O1 and O2. He doesn't think of it in terms of how much Amar values is. Barat will say, okay, O1 and O2, the bugger's got 14, I've got only 12. Oh my God, this is not good. Right? So, interesting. So Barat envies Amar, Amar does not envy Barat. The following facts are known about the actual distribution. So technically speaking, there could be a P and Q who both envy each other, who both do not envy each other as well, depending on how the numbers are. Or one envies the other. The following facts are known about actual distribution of the object. If someone's value for an object is 10, then he received that object. Nice. Objects O1, O2 and O3 were given to 3 different people. Nice. O1 and O8 were given to different people. Nice. 3 people value their own bundles at 16. No one values his own bundle at a number higher than 16. 3 of them have got 16. Nobody has got higher than 16. Disha values her own bundle at an odd number. All others value their own bundles at an even number. So there's 16, 16, 16 and probably a 14 or a 12 or a 10, an even number. And then Disha values it at an odd number. Some people who value their own bundles less than 16 envy some other people who value their own bundle at 16. No one else envies others. So the one constraint that I come from let slip is this. It's absolutely brilliant, delightful thing. They just slipped it in. Then no one envies anyone else. Fine. So the power sitting there is some people who envy, it seems like some people who value their own bundles at less than 16 envy some people who value their own bundle at 16. Less than 16 envy someone equal to 16. No one else envies anything. This is brilliant because someone whose bundle is valued at 16 does not value someone else's bundle at 16. Someone whose bundle is valued at 16 does not value anyone else. And someone whose bundle is valued at less than 16 does not envy someone else whose value is also less than 16. Less than 16 envies 16. Some few. That's not the bazooka. The bazooka, someone at 16 doesn't envy anyone else. A less than 16 does not envy another less than 16. That is the thing. Not some envy, that no one else envies other. That is a big trick. Right? Lovely. Let's go step by step. Someone's value for an object is 10, then she received that object. Fine, nice. 10. Nobody gets more than 16. 3 people value their own bundles at 16. No one values his own bundle at a number higher than 16. This is 10. Should say Barat has an even number. Should be 10, 6, 10, 8. So 8 and 8 are out. It must be this. 10 plus 6, 16. Technically speaking, Barat could have had an odd number, the rest being even number, and then there being 10. So 3 people value their bundles at 16. Disha values her own thing as an odd number. All others value their own bundles at an even number. So 10 plus 6, 16. Whereas for this 10, this can't be 8. There is a 6 here, a 6 here, and a 6 here to take it to 16. If someone's value is 10, then she received that object. O1, O2 and O3 were given to different people. O1 and O8 were given to different people. They don't contribute much. 3 people value their own bundles at 16. No one values his own bundle at a number higher than 16. Disha values at an odd number. Everyone else has an even number. Fine. Nice. So it is likely that these two are there, and it's likely that this 10 is paired with another 6, which should be either this or this, not this definitely. Right. Lovely. Now, Amar values Bharat's bundle at 17. Very interesting. 8 plus 9 is 17. Now, Bharat has got 16 and Amar values Bharat's bundle at 17. then Amar could not have got 16. This is super useful for us because if Amar did not get 16, that means Barat, Charles and Elise got 16, which is nice, wonderful. This hands it on a platter to us. Amar got 8 plus 9. Amar will value Barat's bundle at 17. That is definitely higher than what Amar will end up for himself, because nobody has got more than 16. So Amar will envy Barat. That means Amar has not got 16. 3 people have got 16. Disha has not got 16. Amar has not got 16. That means Barat, Charles and Elise should have got 16. Brilliant. This 10 plus 6 tells us that Amar could not have got 16. That means the other 3, Barat, Charles and Elise, have got 16. I mean, Elise should have go with either this or this, one of these two, and then we'll make some inferences about Charles. Right? Wonderful. Now Charles has got 16. Charles has not got a 10. He could have got 2 8s and nothing else. 8 and 6, 8 and 4, they don't work. He should have got 2 8s. That means he should have got, there's an 8 here, 8 here, 8 here. 2 out of these 4 8s, O1, O2, O3 go to different people. So he couldn't have got O1 and O2, he couldn't have got O1 and O3. O1 and O8 go to different people. So O1 is out. O2 and O3 go to different people. That means Charles has got O8 and one of these two. Nice, wonderful. Charles has got O8 and one of these two. He couldn't have got O2 and O3. He couldn't have got O1 and anything else. So O8 and O2 and O3. Nice, brilliant. So far so good. So now let's look at Charles's value. Charles is valued at 16. Barat has a number 9 and 7 here and 8 here. So if we think about how Barat values Charles's bundle, Barat will value Charles's bundle as 8 plus 7 or 8 plus 9. If Barat values Charles's bundle at 8 plus 9, 17, Barat will envy Charles, which is not possible because Barat has got 16. He doesn't envy anyone who's got 16 or anyone else for that matter, which means Charles cannot have got O2. Because if Charles gets O2, Barat will end up envying Charles. That means Charles has got O3. So we've got 2 for Barat, 2 for Charles. Life is good. Fine. Now let's dig deeper into this. Disha has got an odd number. I mean, Amar has got an even number. Right? Amar has not got anything here. These are all taken. Right? Amar's total should add up to an even number. Disha's should add up to an odd number. Amar's total should be an even number less than 16. That means Amar should have got, he could not have got O1. He should have got 2 out of O2, O4, O5, O6. There are 4 odd numbers, 1 even number. Okay? So Amar O1 is out. Elise has got 10, it adds up to 16, should have got either this or this. Nice. Disha, her total should add up to an odd number. So there is 8 and 8, these two are remaining. 5, 5, 3 are remaining. That means she should have got one of these two and one of these 3. Even number plus odd number. That's what Disha should have got. Now, there are multiple combinations for Amar. 2 out of these 4. Multiple for Disha. Elise, it is clear. Either this 6 or this 6. So let's break it into 2 parts and give one of the 6s to Elise in each part and then build from there. Put the 6 here, put the 6 here. Nice. So let's think about it. Disha's total adds up to an odd number. So she should have got one of these and 8. So this 8 goes in automatically. Nice. This is 6. Amar has not got O1. That means Disha should have got O1. Everyone else is taken. If Disha has got O1. She could not have got O2 also. Hers will add up to an even number. Then Disha's total should be an odd number. That means Amar should have got this. Fine. So if you put 10 and 6, this 8 fills itself. If you put 10 and 6 here, this 8 and this 9 fill themselves. Nice. Let's build on this. Fine. Now what can we infer? Amar has got one of these 3.
Barat is filled, Charles is filled, Elise is filled. Disha has got not one of these three, one of these two. This and this are remaining, this and this are remaining. Let's go to this one and then think about what are the possibilities. Amar should have got 2 out of these 3 and Disha should get the other. Wonderful. So 2 out of the 3. So it could be 3 and 7, 3 and 3, 7 and 3. The remaining will go here. So Disha would be 8 plus 5, 8 plus 5 or 8 plus 3. Nice. So now let's think about Amar's score. Amar's score will be 3 plus 7, 3 plus 7 or 3 plus 3, either 10 or 6. Now let's think about how Amar values Disha. Because Amar could envy any or all of BCE, that doesn't matter. Amar shouldn't envy Disha. A sub 16 will not envy a sub 16. And Amar values Disha's O2 at 9. So he will value Disha's bundle at 9 plus 5, 9 plus 5 or 9 plus 3. Minimum 12. The maximum Amars can add up to is 10. So if this combination were present, no matter which 2 we choose, Amar's perceived value of Disha's bundle will be 9 plus 3 minimum 12, whereas his own can be maximum 3 plus 7 10. So Amar will envy Disha, which is not possible. So this is out. Now we come back to this. One of these is with Amar, one of this with Disha. That is so much easier. Let's narrow down on that. So if Amar could have got this and Disha could have got this, or the other way around. And if Amar gets this, his total is 9 plus 3, 12. Disha's total is 8 plus 3, 11. Amar values Disha's at 8 plus 5. Sorry, Amar values Disha's at 4 plus 3, 7, which is fine. Disha values Amar's at 8 plus 5, 13. This is a problem. If this were the scenario, Disha would value Amar's bundle at 8 plus 5, 13, whereas her own bundle only adds up to 11. That's not possible. In which case, Disha will say, okay, my value is 11, but I can see that Amar is getting 13 because he's got O2 and O4. I look at O2 plus O4, that adds up to 13, whereas I have got myself only 11. There's an issue there. Therefore, this scenario is not possible. So let's see if this one works. Amar values his at 12, Disha values hers at 13. Amar looks at Disha's and says her value is 4 plus 3, only 7. Disha looks at Amar's and says his value is 8 plus 3, only 11, whereas I'm at 13, therefore better. This satisfies all condition. No guy with a score of 16 envies anyone else. No one with sub 16 envies anyone who's sub 16. Some sub 16 envy some 16s, which is all right. So this is the possibility that we're going to end up with. Now we know that Amar has got O2 and we just check O2 and O6. Disha has got O1 and O4. 8 plus 5 valued at 9 plus 3, which is completely fine, and 9 plus 3 valued at 8 plus 5 valued at 4 plus 3, which is also completely fine. Now we've got the whole grid filled out. We can answer questions from here. What best can be said about object 8? Object 8 was given to Charles. O8 was given to Charles. The right answer. Nice and simple. Once you've got the whole grid, it should be straightforward. Who among the following envies someone else? Only Amar or Disha could envy. The other 3 won't envy. Disha is not there in the choices. Amar done. He must envy somebody. He can look at what Barat gets. He's going to value Barat's gift at bundle at 17. Therefore, he'll envy Barat. What is Amar's value of his own bundle? 9 plus 3, 12. Object O4 was given to Disha. Done. Object O5 was given to Elise. B. Done. What best can be said about distribution of object O1? O1 was given to Disha. Only one possibility. Done. 21 employees working in a division, out of whom 10 are special skilled employees, and the remaining are regular skilled employees. So 2 types of employees, 10 special skilled and 11 regular. Next 5 months, the division has to complete 5 projects every month. Out of the 25 projects, 5 are challenging,
So 20 are standard, remaining are standard. Each of the challenging project has to be completed in different months. So month 1, month 2, month 3, month 4, month 5. Every month, 5 teams, T1, T2, T3, T4, and T5 work on one project each. T1, T2, T3, T4, and T5 are allotted the challenging project the first, second, third, fourth, and fifth months respectively. So team T1 does a challenging product in the first month. T2 does a challenging thing in the second month. T3 the third month, and so on. The team assigned the challenging project has one more employee than the rest. This is interesting. Totally 21 guys. There's one team that is challenging and 4 standard. This has one more than this. Or this is circle plus 1. So, or 5 times circle is 20. Or the challenging team has 5. The others have 4 resources each. And so the resource allocation of 21 employees, the team that does the challenging project has 5 people. The others have 4 each. First inference, quite simple. Next one. The first month, T1 has one more special employee than T2. Special employee, skilled employee. T2 has one more SE than T3. T3 has one more SE than T4. T4 has one more SE than T5. So one more. Or see, if you put 1, 2, 3, 4, that adds up to 10. So this is just 1, 2, 3, 4. So what will T5 have? 0. T1, T2, T3, T4, T5. Special employees, month 1 goes as 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. You can say x plus 1, x plus 2, x plus 3, x plus 4, and add all of that up to give us 10, and then simplify that. Or 1, 2, 3, 4 adds up to 10, you're good like that. We know that in month 1, you can find a regular employee also. Month 1, T1 is a special project, challenging project. So that should have 5 employees. It should be T2, T3, T4, T5 have 4 people each. 1 regular employee, 2, 3, 4. This is our month 1 snapshot of how many employees are there in T1, T2, T3, T4, and T5, and what type of employees are there. Wonderful. So month 1 snapshot is clear. With that, I know that I'm going to look at month 1, month 2, month 3, month 4, month 5 snapshots similar to these. That's where I'm headed. I'm going to capture data like this. Right, now let's read on from here. The team allotted the challenging project gets 2 special employees from the team which was allotted the challenging project in the previous month. In exchange, 1 RE, regular employee, is shifted from the former team to the latter team. So what do we do here? What have I got here? From here, next month, second month, 2 special employees will go here. This will fall by 2, this will increase by 2. But then this will have only 3 employees, this will have 6 employees. The next month, this should have 4, this should have 5. The shift should only be 1. So 1 regular employee goes from here to here. So the team getting the challenging project gets 2 special employees and gives away 1 regular employee. Not only they have 1 additional employee than before, their special employee count has gone by 2. After the above exchange, if T1 has any SE and T5 has any RE, then 1 SE is shifted from T1 to T5, 1 RE is shifted from T5 to T1. So after we do this, we look at T1 and T5. We send 1 SE in this direction, 1 RE in this direction. Also, if T2 has any SE and T4 has any RE, then 1 SE is shifted from T2 to T4, 1 RE is shifted from T2 to T4 to T2. Same. So from here to here, we shift 1 SE. Other way around, we shift 1 RE. We leave T3 alone. So every month, we take the previous month's allocation and do step A and then step B. After the above exchange is when we do this. So we do step A and then we do step B. Each standard project has a total of 100 credit points, while each challenging project has 200 credit points. The credit points are equally shared between the employees included in that team. Wonderful. This is the credit point thing. My gut feel is that we'll be using this in some 1 or 2 questions. The first one is going to be about allocation. Credit point thing is going to be added on top of this in some simple manner. The key is going to be the allocation. That's what I'm sensing. So I'm thinking that with the given information, we can draw month 1, month 2, month 3, month 4, month 5, and then allocate the SEs and REs for each team very clearly, and then we'll take it from there. And so we can put that, and then the credit point thing will come in between. Want to look at the questions? Number of times in which the composition of team 2 and the number of times the composition of team 4. So SE, RE, that's what we're looking at, so that we know how to get, or we have a sense of that. The number of SE in T1 and T5 for the projects in the 3rd month. Again, we know how to do this. Which of the following cannot be the total credit points earned by any employee from the project? So this is interesting. The total credit points, so something to do with points, we'll come back there. One of the employees named Anik scored 185 points. Again, points. So we'll have to worry about the credit points. So these two are going to incorporate that. First up, I'm going to start by solving what the grid is, what happens in each month. Okay. The first month, the SE numbers are 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. In that order, we've already seen. The number of employees, the first month, the 5, 4, 4, 4, 4 for T1 through T5. Second month is like this. 3rd month is like this, and so on. We know that. So I'm going to fill this data in. Month 1, we have 4 SEs and 1 RE, 3 and 1, 2 and 2, 1 and 3, 0 and 4. Month 1, we know. Month 2, month 1 to month 2. So from here to here, we'll send 2 SEs. From here to here, we'll send 1 RE. It becomes 5 SEs, 0 REs, and 2 REs. There's a second step to this. We need to do a swap, if possible, between T1 and T5, and another swap, if possible, between T2 and T4. Let's incorporate that. T1 has SE, T5 has RE, so that is possible. Lose 1, gain 1. Gain 1, lose 1. From here, we send 1 across here. So this will become 1, this will become 1, this will become 3, this will become 3. The first 2-3 steps, do it slowly, and then you can go much quicker. Likewise, T2 to T4, this will become 4, this will become 2, this will become 2, this will become 1. So month 2 has this team. From now on, I'm going to go that little bit quicker. So month 2 to month 3. I'm taking month 2, first step, and then second step. So now the transition is from here to here. This will become 2, this will become 4, this will become 2, this will become 1. I send 2 SEs this side, 1 RE that side, which is what this table is. Now T1, T5, can they swap? Yes, they can. This will become 0, this will become 2, this will become 2, this will become 4. T2, T4, can they swap? Yes, this will become 1, this will become 3, this will become 3, this will become 1. So this is our final state. Methodical, knock it off in 2 steps. You can now month 4 and month 5 a piece of cake. You can rush through that. I'm going to do this. Month 3, I'm going from here to here. From month 3 to month 4. This goes to 2, this goes to 5. This goes to 2, this goes to 0, which is what this is. T1, T5, can we do a swap? We cannot do the swap because there's no SE available here. T2 to T4, can we do the swap? We cannot do the swap because there's no RE available here. Step 1 to step 2, there is no change. Wonderful. Let's go to month 5. Month 4 final status, transition is from here to here. This becomes 3, this becomes 4. This becomes 1, this becomes 1. That is what this table is. T1, T5 swap. Can we do this? Not possible. No SEs. This is out. This is out. T2, T4 swap. Is that possible? Yes, it is. This becomes 0. This becomes 4. This becomes 0. This becomes 4. This is our final state. Wonderful. Now we've got everything crystal clear. All we need to do is now jump into the question and have a go at them. We've got the final step for each month. Jump into the questions, knock them off. Very regular set, very doable set. So the question, number of times in which the composition of team 2 and the number of times in which the composition of team T4 remain unchanged in successive months. So we need to look at T2, month 1 to month 2, month 2 to month 3, month 3 to month 4, month 4 to month 1, and T4 like that. Let's look at this. Month 1, month 2. Month 1, this is 3-1, 4-1, let's change. T4, 1-3, 2-2, let's change. Both have changed, is not counted. T2, month 2 to month 3, 4-1, 1-3, definitely change. 2-2, 3-1, definitely change. No, they're not remaining unchanged. 3 to 4, 1-3 stays as 1-3, brilliant. T2, there is one change here. 3-1 becomes 5-0, change. 1-3 becomes 0-4, no change. 5-0 becomes 4-0. I mean, there is a change, so we won't count it. 5-0 becomes 4-0. There is a change, we won't count this. T2 has remained unchanged once. T4 has remained unchanged 0 times. It's changed every month. Or 1, 0, done. Methodical solving, nothing more than that. Next question. The number of SC, special employees in T1 and T5 for the projects in the third month are respectively. We just need to look at the third month status. We've already drawn those elaborate tables. SE, T1 and T5. T1 is 0, T5 is 2. We're looking for 0,2, done. If you've got the grid, you're just writing down the answer, nothing more than that. And so this is the first half of the battle, which is regular, simple, routine question. Done. Wonderful. Nothing really tricky or troubling here. We'll knock this off. We'll go to the next one. We obviously will add an additional layer here. Because the following cannot be the total credit points earned by any employee from the projects. Remember, if you're doing a standard project, you get 100 points totally. The number of employees in this project is 4. So each employee gets 25 points. If you do a challenging project, then you get 200 points. The number of employees is 5. Each one we get 40 points. This is all we need to do. It's all we need to know. Each project, an employee can get 25 points or 40 points. The amount of money should be of the form 25x plus 41. Think about this. We are through. That's all you need to do. 25x plus 41. The employee could have worked within non-challenging projects or standard projects in X number of items, and in challenging projects in Y number of months. The total credit points he or she will get is 25x plus 40y. X can go from 0 to 5, Y can go from 0 to 5. X plus Y is 5. Those are the other variables. Some months he works on regular projects, gets 25 points. Some months he or she works on special projects or challenging projects or whatever they are called, you get 40 points. Any number here that can be represented as 25x plus 40y, where x plus y is 5. You're true. You can even call it as 25x plus 40 times I minus x. And you're true. Okay. I want to break this up. 140. Is this possible? 25 into 2 is 25 into 1 and then 40 into something, not possible. 25 into 2 is 50, remaining 90, not possible. 25 into 4 is 100, 1 into 40. Yeah, we got it. We got a winner there. So 1 challenging project, 4 regular projects, and 140 is possible. 150 is, funnily enough, a multiple of 25. So if you subtract some 25 from it, it will continue to remain a multiple of 25. 150 is 25 into 6. I subtract 25 from it, I subtract 50 from it. Whatever I'm subtracting 25 for, the remaining should be a multiple of 40. Never going to happen. None of these numbers is a multiple of 40. This straight away is not possible. The number of 25s could be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. The remaining will never have a 40 in it. It will not be a multiple of 40. Just for completion, let's do this as well. It's 170. So 25 and remaining not possible. 50 and 120. 25 into 2, 40 into 3. That's a winner. We've got that. This is possible. 2 regular and 3 challenging projects, you will get 170 credit for. This is very easily possible. All 5 challenging. This is good. You can do it. All 5 months you are working on challenging projects. You are the employee that keeps getting shifted. So brilliant. They always put you on challenging projects. But 200 is definitely possible. 140 is possible. 170 is possible. 150 cannot be represented as 25x plus 41. Therefore, done. Another way of doing this, call this 25x plus 200 minus 40x. Your number should be of the form 200 minus 15x. See which one works when you're done. The other way of doing it more mathematically. Jump to the last question. Yeah, good question. One of the employees named Anik scored 185 points. This is telling us that 185 is possible. Right? So back to our 25x plus 41. Very clear. 25 once, 40 4 times. So he's been in a challenging project 4 times. And in a non-challenging project once. And so he's been in a challenging project 4 times. That means he is among the transition special employee. A special employee that goes from 1 to 2 or 2 to 3 or 2 to 3 to 4. And so that is the challenge here. Which of the following cannot be true? So let's go step by step. T1, T2, T3, T4. Is that possible? Quite possible. T1, he could have been a special employee. Special employees go month to month. He could have been in that transition. He could have been in that transition. He could have been in that transition. T4 to T5, when they're sending special employees to T5, he might not have been the special employee that goes out. Let's just check that out. T4 to T5 last month, month 4, T4 to T5. Yes. From here to here, the 3 special employees. Go back even one more step further. Month 5, there are 4 special employees, 5 special employees in T5, of which 2 go here. He could have been among the 3 that don't go T5. Or the last month he works on a regular project. So our guy could have worked on special projects in the first 4 months, a regular project in the last month, possible. T1, T2, T4 and T5. T1 and T2, he could have been a special employee. And then he could have participated in the T2, T4 swap to go to T4. And then gone step by step from there. So is that possible? T1, T2, T4, T5. It does a T1, T2, T4 swap, then he's working on special projects the first month, second month. Third month, he's not working on a special project because he's with T4. Fourth month, he could continue to be with T4. Fifth month, he could go to T5. Maybe this is possible. And so we'll come back to this. T2, T3, T4, T5 is very much possible. He starts with T2. So he's not doing a special project. But month 2, month 3, month 4, month 5, he could be the guy who gets transition. Very much possible. First month not special, next 4 months special. T1, T3, T4 and T5. T1 he could have started off with. First month he does a special project. Then he does not go with T2. He does not work in T2. That means he's not the employee who's transitioned. Then he can go to, there's no way he can jump to T3 directly. He'll have to go to T5 in the next swap. And then from T5, there's nowhere to go. He cannot come back to T3 and T4. He has to work on 4 special projects. Then this is impossible. Without working in T2, doing only T1, T3, T4, T5. Starting with T1, doing a special project, being a special employee, and then going to T3 is not possible. So from T1, he would have skipped T2. That means he's not the special employee transitioning. He could be the special employee swapping to go to T5. Then there's no get out from T5. So you can do only be special in only 2 months. Be in a challenging project in only 2 months, not 4 months that he needs to be. So T1, T3, T4, T5, that is not possible. Therefore, that is ruled out. A study to look at the early learning of rural kids was carried out in a number of villages spanning 3 states, chosen from the northeast, the west, and the south. 54-year-old kids each were sampled from each of the 150 villages from northeast, 250 villages from the west, and 200 villages from the south. And the number here is very interesting. Straight away, we have an instance where we say 50 kids from each village. So from the northeast, we'll have 50 into 150, 7,500. From the west, we'll have 50 into 250, 12,500. From the south, we'll have 200 into 50, 10,000. These are the kind of numbers that are important to get a sense of what this is. This time spent to making these numbers is very, very useful. So we have 7,500 plus 12,500, 20,000, 30,000 kids being sampled totally. Just found that 30,000 kids surveyed, 55,000 studied in primary schools run by the government, 37% in private schools P, G, P, while the remaining 8% did not go to school. 55% of 30,000, so 16,500. 37% of 30,000, so 30,000 into 37 by 100. I know that 37 into 3 is 111, so it is 11,100. Right? The remaining 8% of this is 2,400. This is GPO, government, private, other. How this gets distributed across this, we don't know. That's probably what this puzzle is going to be. So, but when I see numbers, when I see this, before I go to the question and the grid, I like to make sense of each of these numbers. I like to say, look, okay, 55,000 of the total. So I don't know what percentage in any, what percentage in west, what percentage in south this is. But I know the overall way. So the 30,000 is sliced in this manner and in this manner. Cross-slicing it is what this set is going to be. I'm already switched on about that. I'm thinking that we're going to come up with a scenario where any gets broken as GPO, and then west gets broken as GPO, south gets broken as GPO, or we go differently. The government gets broken as any W and S. So we're going to slice and dice this data like that. I love it when I can make sense of the data. I love it when I read this blurb and I say, look, okay, this is what's happening. They're going to come give us data. They've categorized it geography-wise and government public not going to school-wise. So 2 ways. So now I'm going to cross-tab it. That's what this question is likely to be. So make sense of the data. It's very useful. Spend an extra half a minute, 1 minute to say, oh, this is what they're talking about. Now I get this. If you get there, then questions become easier. More importantly, it becomes a compelling data point to decide to go for a question or dump it. For the next one. The kids surveyed were further divided into 2 groups based on whether their mothers dropped out of school before completing primary education or not. The table below gives the number of kids in different type of schools for mothers who dropped out of school before completing. This is for mothers who dropped out. Wonderful. So we've got this entire grid that we had imagined at step 1. We thought GPO classified across any W and S. Any W and S, northeast, west, and south, classified across GPO is what this data point would be. So getting all this data in. Okay? And we thought we would be filling some of these data points. Turns out our question setters have gone 1 step better. Then they've said, oh, you think you've got it covered? I'm going to give you a whole different table. So they've given us everything in this grid for one part of the data point, for mothers who have dropped out. And so obviously we're going to have an identical kid for mothers who've gone to primary school. This is for mothers who dropped out of school before completing primary education. Mothers who have completed primary education is another table which can be classified in this 3 by 3. That is Northeast, West and South, G, P and O. So we've got this whole table handed to us on a platter. We'll have to make sense of the other table. Right? So, but we've already got these numbers at an overall level with us. I don't know if you remember the numbers. It helps to remember the numbers. This was 16,500, 11,100, 2,400. This was 7,500, 12,500, 10,000. Right? So this was 150 into 50, 250 into 50, 200 into 50, 55%, 37%, 8%. Now, I've done this set before, so I'm rattling these numbers off. So don't get intimidated. I have the advantage. Solve this completely, and then I'm sitting here and talking to you. So obviously, I remember the numbers. It'll be a shame if I didn't remember these numbers. Right? So, but if you had made sense of the numbers as and when you see them, then remembering and putting them in place becomes that much easier. So spend that time to make sense of the numbers. So, it is also known that in S, 60% of the surveyed kids were in G. Moreover, in S, all surveyed kids whose mothers had completed primary education were in school. In Northeast, among the O kids, the kids who did not go to school, 50% had mothers who had dropped out before completing primary education. The number of kids in government schools in Northeast was the same as the number of kids in government schools in the West. So what I'm sensing here is we thought we'll get an overall table. Now, they've given us one overall table. We fill one more overall table. They've given the kills for mothers not finished primary. If we finish the grid for mothers who finished primary, then we're pretty much going to be done with this question. So that's the idea here. And so these are going to be nuggets and clues to finish this grid. Now, to start with, I don't even want to look at these nuggets and clues because I know that I can fill the total numbers very easily because I know the overall total numbers and I know that these total numbers have been given to me for mothers who have not finished schools. So mothers who did finish primary school, their total numbers in Northeast, West and South, and in government, private and O, which is neither, that I can fill in. And once I fill that in, then these clues will probably come into the picture, not before that. The next step for me, these are the questions that follow. As far as the solving part is concerned, I know that this grid has been handed to me on a platter. There's mothers who drop out, GPO, Northeast, West, South on a platter, given 3 by 3, 9 cells have been filled for me. These are the overall cells. So these are just added up. I add these 3, I'll get this. I add these 3, I'll get this. They are not new cells. Right? Whereas these 9 cells are clearly new information that is handed out. Now, if I can fill one more set of cells like this, then I'm good. Right? Overall, I know that this is 7,500, 12,500, 10,000, 16,500, 11,100, 2,400. 55% of 30,000, 37% of 30,000, 8% of 30,000. 150 villages, 50 students each. 250 villages, 50 students each. 200 villages, 50 students each. Therefore, we can draw this. 7,500 students totally in Northeast. 5,000 have mothers who have dropped out. Remaining 2,500 mothers who have not dropped. 7,300 out of 12,500. So 12,500 mothers totally, of which 7,300 goes off. So we will have 5,200 remaining here. 5,700 out of 10,000 in South, mothers have dropped out. The remaining will be 4,300. Likewise here, the totally 16,500 in government schools. 13,500 are from the mothers who have dropped out. Remaining 3,000 are here. The totally 11,100 students in private colleges. 2,700 of those are from mothers who dropped out, remaining 8,400. This number is 11100 minus 2400. 7, 8, 2,700 subtracted from this, 8,400. Totally 2,400 are in other category. Overall, subtract this 1,800 sitting here, we've got 600. We've got the total numbers for the category where mothers have finished their primary education that we've got. So just as we had thought, we've got these overall numbers. Now remember, if you get these two, you can get this. If you get these two, you can get this. If you get this and this, you can get this. In any row, if you've got two, you've got the third. In any column, you've got two, you've got the third. And so we're not looking for 9 independent cells. You get these two, you get this. Then you get this, you get this. You get this, you get this. And then you can get these two. Probably get 4 pieces. You get everything else done after that. And so let's see if we can crack those pieces. Now we go to the clues sitting there. In South, 60% of the surveyed kids were in G. Moreover, in S, all surveyed kids whose mothers had completed primary education were in school. 60% of the surveyed kids, there are 10,000 kids surveyed in South totally. 60% were in G. 60% were in government schools. So 6,000 were in government schools. 5,100 are here. This one should be 900. Totally 6,000 from the South are in government schools. 5,100 from mothers who dropped out. So the remaining 900 will be from mothers who completed primary education. And moreover, in S, all surveyed kids whose mothers had completed primary education were in school. So in this box, in this column, you should have a 0 sitting there. So mothers who had completed primary education and kids who have not been enrolled in school is 0. So we filled 2 of these. What can you fill straight away? The total in South, among the mothers who finished primary education is 4,300. This number is 900. It should be 3,400. You get these two, you get this. You've got an entire row filled. So you get any one, you get one more. You get this, you get this. You get this, you get this. You get one, you'll get one more cell. You get 2, you'll get 2 more cells, and then finish everything up. And so let's see the next piece that's available for us. In Northeast, among the O kids, 50% had mothers who had dropped out before completing. Northeast, among the kids who did not go to school, 50% had mothers who had dropped out before completing. This number is 50% of the total kids who are not going to school. 50% had mothers who had dropped out before completing. That means 50% had mothers who had completed primary education. This is 50%, the remaining should be 50%. This is 300. This wonderful number here should be 300. 50% had mothers who had dropped out. That means the remaining 50% had mothers who had completed their course. So this is 300. This number should be 300. This overall is 600. There's a 300 here. There should be a 300 here. Now we know if you get any one of these remaining 4 cells, you're through. You get this, you can get this. You know this, you can get this. You know this, you can get this. Out of the 4 cells, you crack one piece of the puzzle. You've got the whole grid complete. And now let's go to that. The number of kids in government schools in the Northeast is the same as the number of kids in government schools in the West. This number are equal when you add them up with this number and this number. In Northeast, government kids is equal to government kids in West. Luckily enough for us, these 2 numbers are equal. That means these 2 should also be equal. This plus this, government in this box plus government in this box should be equal to government in this box plus government in this box. These 2 are equal, so these 2 should be equal. 900 goes off in this. Out of 3,000, we've left out 900. We have 2,100. That should be split equally, 1,050, 1,050. And we've got the whole thing on a platter. This is 1050. This is 300. 1350 gone out of 2500. 1150. 1050 and 300. 1350 gone out of 5200. 5200 we subtract 1350. So 50 here. 11 minus 3 is 8. 4 minus 1 is 3. This should be 3850. This is 100, 5000, 3400. These three numbers add up. These three numbers add up. These three add up. These three add up. Everything tallies. We've got two complete tables. We should now just be able to pick up the questions and nail them completely. Okay? This is 1150, 1350. The key here, I can't stress this enough, make sense of the data, the numbers will follow. Makes sense. We should look at it and go. So they're classifying this data into two categories: Northeast, West, and South, government, private, and other, or no school. So I'm going to get a 3 by 3 which I need to fill in. They've broken this 3 by 3 into two categories. So I'm going to fill in two complete tables with 3 by 3 cells, where mothers who have not completed primary education and mothers who have completed primary education. So I'm going to get two boxes of 3 by 3 along with their totals. Once you've got this, then answering questions should be very simple. You've got a complete grid. We just need to pick up the questions and nail them. What percentage of kids from the South were studying in private schools? Kids from the South. Oops, sorry about that. Super, sorry about that. Kids from the South, that is 10,000 kids, we know that. How many of them were studying in private schools? This 300 plus this 3,400 out of 10,000. 3,700 were in private colleges out of 10,000 students overall, or 37%. Very peaceful. Straight away, done. Nailed it. Next one. Among the kids in West whose mothers had completed primary education, mothers completed in West. So out of this 5,200. How many were not in school? 300. Yeah. Choice A. Among the kids in the West whose mothers had completed primary education, we're looking at this table in West within this 5,200. How many were not in school? 300. Yeah. If question number 3 and 4 are also this easy, we got it made. Luckily enough, or as expected, that's not going to be the case. This is one of my favorite questions in this bit, and favorite questions overall as well. It's a fabulous mathematical idea sitting here, which is why I said, even though the computation component is out, the mathematical component is not out. And they're definitely asking us questions where math is tested. And so your intuitive ideas about math need to be included brilliantly. And so, in a follow-up survey of the same kids 2 years later, it was found that all the kids were now in school. Super. Brilliant. Starting point, all of these have gone to school. All of these have gone to school. They joined school. Of the kids who were not in school earlier, in one region, 25% were in school now. Fabulous. So either Northeast or West or South, 25% were in school. In the second region, all such kids were in G now. So 25% in one region, 100% in another region. While in the third region, 50% of such kids now joined school G, while the rest had joined P. 25% were in G, 100% in G, and 50% in G. So Northeast, West, South. From O to G. So it's 25%, 50%, 100%. In some order, mind you. I'm not saying Northeast had 25%, West had 50%, and S had 100%. Three regions, we've had 25% going, 50% going, and 100% going. As a result, in all three regions put together, 50% of the kids who were earlier out of school had joined G. Fabulous. Fabulous. This is the most important part. Overall, 50% were in G. It is also seen that no surveyed kid had changed schools. Nobody had gone from private to G, G to private. So look at these numbers. the weighted average in some form of 25, 50 and 100 is giving us 50. So think about it very clearly. 25, 50 and 100 weighted average gives us 50. There's something very interesting sitting there. You get that, you nail this question. You don't get that, you're in trouble. And so it is binary. So think about it like this. Let's break this down. Let's say 25 and 100 combine to give us some weighted average number. And then 25 and 100 give us x. X and 50 in some weightage give us 50. In some weightage. Think about this. What should x be? It's a fabulous idea. You get that, you're walking this question. Okay. What should it be? Very simple. 3 pots with different weightages give us 50. One of those pots is itself 50. What does that tell us? That 25 and 100 on their weightages should also give us 50. So x should be 50. It's a very interesting idea. You get that, you're walking this question. Very vital, very pivotal. And so 25, 50 and 100 mix in some ratio gives us 50. There is a 50 here in this number that we're looking for. The overall is also 50. One of the components in the weightages and the overall are same. What does that tell us? That means the remaining 2 should give us weighted average of 50. We're done. We're through. Fabulous. How are we through? Think about this. 25 and 100 mixed in some ratio gives us 50. Combined with this other 50, mixed in any ratio gives us 50. Right? So fabulous. You got this far, then you're through. Think about this. 25 and 100 will mix to give us 50. In what ratio should we be mixing this? Think about this. 25 and 100 mixed to give us 50. Our famous alligation method gives us a ratio 2:1. So 25% and 100% should be mixed in the ratio 2:1 to give us 50. The remaining 50% gets mixed in any ratio to give us a 50. So now 2 of these regions have the total number of students in O in the ratio 2:1. Let's find the total first. Total for Northeast is 300 plus 300, 600. Total for West is 1200 plus 300 plus 1500. Total for South is 300 plus 0, which is 300. Some 2 of these are in the ratio 2:1. Which 2? Only these 2. Done. Or the Northeast should have seen a 25% shift. South should have seen a 100% shift. West should have seen a 50% shift. This 25 and 100 mixed in the ratio 2:1 gives us a 50. That 50 with the West remaining 50 gives us a 50 overall. That math insight, that averages and allegations and mixtures insight has helped us nail this problem. The overall is 50. One of the components is 50. That means the remaining should also be 50. Average of 50 and x is 50. No matter what weightage you average this out, x should be 50. That's all there is to this topic. This is the question. In some weightage ratio, 50 and x average to give us 50. I don't care what the weightage ratio is, x is 50. So in some weightage ratio, 25 and 100 are mixed to give us 50. What is the ratio? 2:1. What should be 2? 25% should be 2 and 100% should be 1. So 25% of the students in Northeast go from O to G. 50% of the students from West go from O to G. 100% of the students from South go from O to G. Now let's go to the question. Here is, what number of surveyed kids were in G in the West? So 25%, 50%, 100%. In the West, the number of students who were already in G is 4200 plus 1050. On top of that, we get 50% of 1200 plus 300. 50% of 1500. 1500 into half, 750 go from O to G. The total people who will be in G, 4200 plus 1050 plus 750. 1,800 plus 4,200 is 6,000. Choice A. Done. Once you've got that 25, 50, 100, you're walking this question. What percentage of the surveyed kids in S whose mothers had dropped out before completing primary education were in genome? So effectively, mothers were dropped out. We're looking at this table. In S, what percentage of this number is now this? Remember, 25% went totally, 50% went totally, 100% went totally. It's 100%. Means all 300 went here. We had 5,100 to start with, plus 300. 5,400 are going to be in G in the southern region. We want this as a percentage out of 5,700. So 5,400 by 5,700 into 100. This is a kind of thing that we use a calculator for. 18 by 19 into 100, whatever that turns out to. It turns out it is 94%. You use a calculator and find it out, or you use some simple approximation.